Downtown community since 1985. As a family-owned, local home builders association and Chamber of Commerce member, they transform homes every day with Cambria quartz, natural stone, Corian, and laminate countertops. Fabricators Unlimited is blessed to have over 37 years of partnership with local contractors and dealers. Visit their modern showroom in a beautiful historic building on NP Avenue today.
Get ready for the most thrilling event of the year as the Summit League tournament is in full swing with teams racing toward the ultimate prize, a chance to dance on the big stage. It's a make-or-break situation for these talented teams and the stakes have never been higher. Amidst all the excitement and pressure, the North Dakota State men's basketball team is ready for the task at hand. This young and dynamic Bison squad is set to bring their A game to the tournament. The regular season was just a warm-up for the Thundering Herd, and now they're ready to take on the best of the best with their unrelenting hard work, unbreakable grit, and unyielding determination. The Bison are poised to create ripples in the tournament and show the rest of the Summit League what they're made of. As the madness of March looms large, the atmosphere is electric and the anticipation is palpable. And why wouldn't it be with the championship feeling already in the air? This is North Dakota State University basketball. Welcome to the Case IH pregame show. A successful team works together to take the shot and score. Case IH delivers a winning lineup with tractors, combines, hay tools, and more. Visit caseih.com/bison. Now, let's go courtside with the Case IH pregame show. Here's Rob Hipp.
It's the moment that North Dakota State Bison fans have been waiting for, the Summit League basketball tournament. The third seed Bison are set to take on the sixth seed South Dakota Coyotes in a match that's win or go home. And although the team split their regular season games, NDSU is seeking redemption after their 71-62 loss to the Coyotes on February the 2nd. This game marks the start of a new season, however, where records, well, they don't matter, and each team is fighting for their place in the big dance at the NCAA tournament. North Dakota State seeks their fifth league tournament title in 10 years and their sixth NCAA tournament berth in school history. But tonight's matchup is just the first step. There's a lot of basketball to be played here in this tournament. The Bison have been a dominant force in the Summit League and the tournament, especially playing in 4 consecutive championship games from 2019 to 2022 and winning the title twice in that span. With their sights set on victory, the team's focus is solely on defeating the talented South Dakota Coyotes here tonight. So sit back, relax, and get ready to witness the intense postseason edition of North Dakota State men's basketball. From the Red River Valley to the western edge, on the farm or on the road in your home, across the globe, or wherever you're listening tonight, this is Bison basketball, and as always, champions play here. Well, pleasant good evening, everyone. Rob Hipp here alongside Dexter Werner. We are live from Sioux Falls, South Dakota at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. It's a 12,000-seat capacity facility. This is the Case IH pregame show. A successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. Case IH takes the field and wins with tractors, combines, hay tools, and more. Visit caseih.com/bison. Well, friends, again, welcome in. Here we are, both teams out on the court right now, warming up, getting ready for what should be an exciting showdown here to get things rolling in this quarterfinal round of the Summit League tournament. Dex, the Bison, they fought through a lot of adversity, winning 5 of their last 6, and a thrilling game buzzer-beating shot by Bowden Skunberg over Western Illinois to permanently lock in that number 3 seed, but this should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, it's March, Rob. Conference tournament time. That means you don't have a young Bison team anymore. You don't have these guys sitting around with their records and seeds. You got to go out here. You got a game against USD today, and it's time for these guys to tee it up and show us how much they've grown throughout the year.
Again, the winner of the Summit League Championship will receive that automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. NDSU looking, as I mentioned earlier, for its 5th league tournament title in 10 years and its 6th NCAA tournament berth in school history. But you know, you played for this team, Dexter. The focus isn't on what's tomorrow or what's later on. The focus tonight is solely on taking care of this South Dakota Coyote team, a team that is very capable. We saw plays where Jakari White, Damari Wheeler-Thomas back in January, they were the leading scorers in a victory there at the Schill Center, but now that script flipped, and then you're on the road down in Vermillion where the Bison lost that matchup, so they're seeking some redemption here in this one.
Yeah, Rob, we've seen on the men's and the women's side to start this tournament I mean, these teams are here to play. Everybody's bringing their best basketball down to Sioux Falls. You got to take care of this first one. It's kind of like that monkey off your back. You got to find a way to compete, line it up that first game of the tournament in order to get things rolling. South Dakota obviously wants to win just as much as anybody, but NDSU, these guys got to get a little redemption for that one down at Vermilion and find a way to get that first one off their back.
Tonight it's South Dakota, but when you look at North Dakota State and South Dakota State, they're the only Summit League schools to finish among the top 3 in the league standings every year over the past 5 seasons. In 7 of Dave Richmond's 9 seasons at NDSU, the Bison have finished in a tie for 3rd place or better in the Summit League, and that is where we sit here tonight, getting ready for a showdown, but this time it's South Dakota, the Coyotes, as the Bison are that number 3 seed, the Coyotes the number 6 seed. All Bison three-pointers made during tonight's game are presented by Todd Cattermas, the preferred realtor of NDSU Athletics. For every made three-pointer, Todd will make a donation to the NDSU SAAC Summit League Food Fight. Call Todd at 701-371-4234. It's Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty, moving the herd one home at a time. Also tonight, all dunks, known as flushes, are presented by Legacy Plumbing. If your toilet isn't flushing like it should, call the Ultimate Plumbing team at Legacy Plumbing. They specialize in 24-hour emergency service repair and remodel plumbing without the overtime rates. Their number 701-306-3375. Legacy Plumbing. Make your next plumbing project a layup with Legacy Plumbing. Again, that's Legacy Plumbing, a proud partner of NDSU Athletics. Coming up next, it's my interview with head coach Dave Richmond, presented by First Western Bank and Trust. This is North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
Get ready for outdoor adventures with Shields Visa, like golfing with friends, a father-son fishing trip, or a family camping adventure. Everyday activities are fun and easy to enjoy with your Shields Visa. Did you know you can receive your rewards even faster by linking your card to your Shields app? It's never been easier to redeem your points and shop your passions at Shields. Don't have a Shields Visa? Visit us in-store or online at shields.com/Visa card to apply. Shields Visa. Got it.
When it's time to find a realtor, word of mouth is important. And Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty is a name Bison Nation says often. Todd has helped everyone from coaches and administrators to broadcasters and former players and their families buy homes in the FM area. So many in Bison Nation trust Todd to buy and sell their homes, and you can too. Call Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty today or visit him at 4832 Amber Valley Parkway in Fargo. Todd is a proud partner and the preferred realtor of NDSU Athletics. Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty, moving the herd one home at a time.
Before you head to the game, be sure to stop by your neighborhood Hornbachers for everything you'll need for the perfect tailgating party. You'll find delicious produce, the highest quality meats, seafood, snacks, beverages, desserts, and more to make your game day party memorable. And for your post-game, visit our deli for game day wings and fresh cut fruit and veggies in our produce department. Hornbachers, freshness and quality since 1951.
Attention all electricians, are you ready for your next challenge? We're currently seeking an experienced and skilled E&I technician to join our team at Theraldson Ethanol in Castleton. You'll be responsible for maintaining, troubleshooting, and repairing a variety of electrical and instrumentation equipment. You'll need to have strong analytical skills, technical aptitude, excellent attention to detail, and a commitment to safety. If you have experience in E&I maintenance and an electrical journeyman license, we want to hear from you. Apply now at theraldsonethanol.com.
Welcome back to the Case IH pregame show on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. It's time to hear from the head coach. Our conversation with Bison headman David Richmond is presented by First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us. Now with the coach, here's Rob Hipp.
Rob Hipp here with NDSU men's basketball head coach Dave Richmond on our First Western Bank and Trust interview. Well, Coach, here we are in Sioux Falls, ready for the Summit League tournament. Before we dig into the tournament and the matchup tonight, how have you been, Coach?
Been great, Rob. You know, I mean, it's certainly been a different time, just such a long week. You know, I know weeks are all the same, but it just feels a lot longer. You play Saturday afternoon, and here we are Sunday afternoon, the following Sunday afternoon, still haven't played yet, too. But we've had a really good week of practice. took Sunday off, went pretty good on Monday and really hard on Tuesday, gave them Wednesday off, and moved them around Thursday and had some really spirited practices Friday and then Saturday morning before we came down here. So clearly feel like things are trending in a healthy direction for us. It's an exciting time of year, being March, and so we're looking forward to a tremendous challenge and opportunity here this evening.
Well, you and I have had 31 of these interviews, I guess technically 29 because I had to miss a couple of games from football, so we're starting to read each other's minds. You already read into that second question a little bit, but I'll kind of expand it. You know, a lot of time in between that last matchup versus Western Illinois. Don't want to talk about that game because we're here today, but just what has the team really worked on during this past week?
Well, that's what's nice about this longer week. You know, when you try to find, ways to keep a group focused, locked in, when they're going to be so excited for the moment here this evening. And we were able to take some time early in the week and just focus on us. We really didn't introduce South Dakota to the group until about Thursday afternoon. And so there was plenty of things that we always talk about cleaning up and getting better at, becoming that best version of ourselves. Just some things that we do that, South Dakota does against those things that we've got to continue to hone on, be better, maybe tweak here and there. And but all in all, I think it's been vital to make sure that this time of year we've got clear minds and fresh legs. And I feel like this week has allowed us, put us in the best position to have that.
I know this program is all about success and routines. Just wanted to ask you from a coaching perspective, along with your staff, is there anything different about the preparation going into this tournament, just considering the potential logistics of playing back-to-back games and those kind of things?
No, again, we're not going to play back-to-back games if we don't take care of business. And I think the main focus is coming here and taking care of South Dakota tonight if we're fortunate, and that's the big priority. If you start looking ahead about this, that, and the other, you're going to miss a tremendous opportunity. And the people talk about March and all of its excitement. It's a basketball game, and we got to take it one basketball game at a time. If we're fortunate enough to get this one this evening, then we'll move on to the next one. But we're locked in here for this one at 8:30 tonight.
Facing South Dakota tonight, the third seed. The Bison have the third seed, South Dakota the sixth seed. None of that really matters because it's game time. Just got to get out there and play. We know that this is a South Dakota team that shoots the three really well. What do you feel like the Bison have to get established early in this matchup?
Well, again, it's about us, and I think there's four things that are going to be really controllable. I think it starts with us offensively. We've got to take care of the ball. We've got to really take great shots, something I didn't think we did at their place. I thought we got sped up and didn't execute some things offensively. If we're doing those things, then it's important to get back and convert into transitions. South Dakota does a really good job of getting out, and they've got tremendous, to your point, they've got great shooters that can spray it. They also got some guys that can get downhill. We've got to be better at staying out of foul trouble, especially for some key guys, and then finishing possessions. Those four things are things that translate this time of year and carry over, and we got to be able to execute in those areas.
A lot of young guys on this team. Just how do they go about coming into a tournament setting? Is there some things that you kind of coach them up on a little bit being in this setting?
Yeah, I'd be lying, Rob, if I didn't say that was certainly on our mind as a staff a little bit. The one not perspective, the one reality is we've got a group that's inexperienced this year. We got 5 of them that are inexperienced to college basketball in general. We've got a couple more that are inexperienced to this level and this platform. We got guys like Andrew Morgan and Josh Strite. They're going to be playing a lot bigger role on this stage. But again, you don't want to make it too big. You certainly got to touch on a couple points. But at the end of the day, they're going to go do something that they've done for 13, 14, 15 years of their life and try to put an orange ball in the rim on one end and keep the opponent from doing it on the other.
No game at 8:30 in the night. Would you rather have the game a little bit earlier, or are you okay with the 8:30 game?
Hey, it is what it is. Would you rather? All those things. We've had a tremendous amount of success controlling the things that we can control, and the game time this evening is out of our control, and so we need to be locked in on those things.
Coach, final question. You've been down here a lot. Always a good setup, a good venue. What do you enjoy most about this tournament?
Well, just the time of year, the atmosphere, the excitement. It's March, and Sioux Falls, the Sioux Falls Authority, our league, the Summer League, does a tremendous job of hosting just a premier tournament, not only in the Midwest, but across the country. It's fun to be a part of, and fortunately, we've had some success here in the past, and it's about like this evening, getting this first one so you can feel like you're a part of it, you get that taste, and then after those things, anything can happen.
One final question, too. The guys get a chance to come in and kind of sit down and watch other teams. Does that kind of help settle a little bit, too, kind of digging in a little bit?
Yeah, the league has tweaked some things as far as shoot-around around. So we haven't had, time at all on the court at all in the past couple of years, and especially with this year, I think that could have benefited. Again, controlling the things we can control, it can't. We couldn't. So, last night getting them in that atmosphere, to see that Omaha, South Dakota State game, I think was important. Not just to see the two opponents on the floor, but just to see the venue, the atmosphere. We'll certainly be there a little bit before and see the 4-5 game before us. But again, we got to control the things that we can control and execute, in those moments on the floor.
Coach, as always, appreciate your time. Looking forward to this one tonight, and the season continues on.
Thank you, Rob.
Well, this wraps up our first Western Bank and Trust interview with Coach Richmond. We'll have more pregame when we come back. This is North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
In basketball, everyone loves overtime, but when it comes to your plumbing projects, overtime rates can be a real loss. At Legacy Plumbing, our award-winning team of 25 talented plumbers is on call 24/7 and will never charge an overtime rate. With over 700 5-star Google reviews, you can trust our championship team. We're proud partners of NDSU Athletics. Mention code BISON15 to receive 15% off your next plumbing project, up to $200. Follow Legacy Plumbing on Facebook. Life flows better with Legacy.
These days, we're all looking for ways to save some cash. Have you looked at your insurance? Talk to your Nodak Insurance Company agent, because the more you insure with Nodak Insurance, the lower your premiums. Work with one local agent to package your home, autos, or excess liability, everything you care about. Then watch the savings add up. Ask your Nodak Insurance agent how you can save with a multi-line discount. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Hey, Bison fans, the wait is over. The NDSU men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level with Shields Fan Shop. We have an unmatched lineup of fan gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Bison fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of Bison basketball and hoops fans everywhere.
When NDSU Athletics needs to move the Bison around campus, they trust the team at Versatile Vehicles. With a new location in West Fargo, Versatile Vehicles has your new and used Easy Go golf car and Cushman utility vehicle needs covered. We guarantee premium golf cars, unmatched service, and the best experience in the industry. Visit us online at VersatileVehicles.com or call us at 701-282-5965. Versatile Vehicles. Exceptional golf cars, unmatched service.
What's going on around the Summit League? Time for a check of scores from around the conference and in college basketball, presented by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation. Here's Rob Hipp.
Welcome back to the Case IH pregame show. About 15 minutes or so to go before we get underway here in Sioux Falls at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. It's NDSU men's basketball taking on the South Dakota Coyotes here tonight. Summit League action underway as the tournament about to get rolling here in the quarterfinal round. It's time now to look around the Summit League and what's been going on, presented by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation. Well, some underdogs advanced early in this tournament, those play-in games, if you will, as North Dakota had the upset over Denver. They advanced on Friday playing Oral Roberts earlier this evening, losing to Oral Roberts, so ORU has moved on to the semifinals. It'll take place on Monday at 6 o'clock. And then also just earlier before this game, it was Western versus St. Thomas. St. Thomas, the 5th seed over the 4th seed Western Illinois Leathernecks, getting the victory there. So they will move on and play Oral Roberts again in that semifinal matchup coming up tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, here in this one, it is NDSU versus USD. The winner of this contest will go on to play tomorrow night at 8:30 versus South Dakota State, the number 2 seed. And then, by the way, I want to go back a little bit on Friday, the late game. It was Kansas City and Omaha. Omaha, the 10th seed, Kansas City, the 7th seed. Omaha defeated them, moving on, and then losing to South Dakota State. So that's how things look as we are set up. We know that ORU's there. We know that SDSU is there. And we're hoping for a Bison victory here tonight so they can advance and, again, play South Dakota State tomorrow at 8:30. That was a look around the Summit League presented by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation. The North Dakota oil and gas industry provides over 50,000 jobs to North Dakota. You can learn more at ndpetroleumfoundation.org. Again, it is NDSU men's basketball battling the South Dakota Coyotes, the 3rd seed versus the 6th seed in USD. And they're 12-18 this season. Are the Coyotes 7-11 in the Summit League, where they finished up gaining that 6th seed. They lost at NDSU back on January the 7th, 61-73. but then won the second matchup of the season at home there in Vermilion on February the 2nd, 71-62. This is a Coyote team that was 19-12 overall last year, finishing 11-7 in the Summit League. They were the number 5 a season ago, defeated number 4 Kansas City 74-61, but then lost to the top seed South Dakota State Jackrabbits 60-83. A program that joined Division I back in 08-09. They won the Great West regular season and tournament back in 2010, where they earned a CIT appearance. They won the Summit League regular season back in 2017, but did not get into the NCAA tournament. They lost in the first round of the NIT under head coach Eric Peterson now in his first year. 12 wins, 18 losses. This is a South Dakota team, though, that is 2-11 on the road, 2-1 in neutral venues. They average 69.4 points per game. The defense allows 73.7 points per game. They shoot 43.1 from the field and 39.5 from three-point land, which is 6th in the nation, a 76% team from the free throw line, and they allow opponents to shoot 45.4% from the field. A roster that boasts 6 returners and 10 newcomers. Of those, 5 of them are seniors, 1 junior, 4 sophomores, and 6 freshmen. Dex just mentioned this is a very good and talented South Dakota team that shoots very well from beyond the arc. That's got to be an area of concern. I know we'll dig in more with your keys to the victory here in a little bit, but you just got to watch out from beyond that arc with this South Dakota Coyote team.
Yeah, a team that's been shooting it well throughout the year, Rob. And again, when I look at teams coming into conference play, teams coming into conference play, you look at these guys. I mean, you got guys like Cruz, Perro, Hunt. You got a guy like Paul Bruns, who's new to USD, but guys that have been to the Summer League tournament, been there, done that. Experience, having some older guys on your team really does help at these times in the year. And USD's got some guys that have been there, and so they're a team that knows what it's like down in Sioux Falls, the atmosphere that you're walking out here into, and I think that's really important as well.
Junior Bison Club memberships are now available to purchase for only $25. For more information, visit gobison.com/kids. The 2022-23 Junior Bison Club is presented by Provitas Promotions, Cass Clay Creamery, and McDonald's. We'll take a break, and when we return, it's Dexter Werner with his keys to a Bison win. This is North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
Hey, where have you been?
Hey man, sorry I'm late. I was at the new First Western Bank and Trust in town. It just opened across from campus.
Really? Across from campus?
Yeah, I opened a college checking account. They offer it to people our age. It comes with cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and ATM fee refunds.
Nice. First Western, you said?
Yeah, it's on the Bison block. They've got coffee and popcorn there too.
Then what are we doing here?
First Western Bank and Trust and the Bison. You can bank on us.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a challenging and rewarding opportunity as an electrical and instrumentation maintenance technician? Join the team at Theraldson Ethanol in Castleton. As an experienced electrician, you'll be responsible for maintaining and repairing large machinery and equipment, and will have the opportunity to learn and implement procedures specific to the ethanol industry. Journeyman electrical license or greater required. Work Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and enjoy a competitive salary and benefits package. Apply at theraldsonethanol.com or send your resume to hr@theraldsonethanol.com.
Do you remember paying for every text message you sent? Why did we do that? Here's a better question. Why is your business still paying every time someone clicks to print or copy something? The Unlimited Freedom Plan from Liberty Business Systems gives you one monthly rate for all your printing and copying needs. It's simple, predictable, and affordable. Break free from complicated contracts with the Unlimited Freedom Plan from Liberty Business Systems.
It's time to focus on you, a healthier you. It's time to get back to better health. Regular visits with a primary care provider at Sanford Health can lead to better overall health and wellness. Schedule an appointment with your primary care provider today and see a familiar face who provides expert advice based on your history and goals. It's time for a healthier you and better health. It's time to see your doctor at Sanford Health. Find your primary care physician or provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Welcome back to the Case IH pregame show on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. What will it take for the Bison to be successful in today's game? It's time for today's keys to a Bison win.
Welcome back here as we continue the Case IH pregame show. About 7.5 minutes until we tip off. We are live here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's NDSU men's basketball battling South Dakota. The Coyotes here in the Summit League tournament. Seems like just yesterday we were in Arkansas on the road and then in Kansas. But here we are, a season, a lot of learning moments for this young Bison team. They became known as the Baby Bison. Wes Offerman, the communications athletic director, does a great job with putting out that information for NDSU this season. But a lot of newcomers, Dex, and we'll see how they react tonight and what they can do on this court. I have full faith and hope in these guys, and they definitely put in the effort. You know, as a former player, kind of culminating all that together, what do the Bison have to do to have a victory here in this one, Dex?
Rob, offensively, I think you really got to establish the inside game early. I know that that's a trend that we talk about a lot with this NDSU team, but when you got two guys like Grant Nelson and Andrew Morgan starting down low, that's going to be a mismatch 99% of the time against the teams you're playing. So I'm really looking for them to get some early touches inside out. That's what gets this offense clicking. When they're feeding the post, if they're going to send a double, both these big guys do a great job passing out of it. The ball gets slinging, and that's how they go score. Down here on the defensive end, like we talked about, USD gets up a lot of threes, and they shoot it pretty well. When you're playing a team that gets a lot of threes up, you got to be able to contest while also boxing out. You contest, you got to be able to turn, get a body on the guy. Long shots are going to equal long rebounds, so they got to go clean it up. And lastly, these guys just stepping into the Summer League tournament here, you got to be able to handle the moment. I'm going to give a Dave Richmond quote that he used to always say to me when I was playing. He called it NBA, and it was always next best action, right? You got to have a short-term memory in environments like this. You got to move on from the mistakes, move on from the highs and the lows, and you just got to keep going one step ahead, and that's how you find a way to win these games in March.
Little NBA, we're not talking pro, we're talking right here on the hardwood tonight at the Summit League Tournament. Appreciate that, Dex. Looking forward to getting this one going here in just a few moments. Want to remind you all season long, Herd and Horns is your destination for burgers, beer, and bison. Join the Herd and Horns loyalty program for great offers year-round. Visit them on 12th Avenue North across from campus today. The Bison are making their way out onto the hardwood right now. You can hear the pep band for NDSU. They are playing or standing to our left. And there are a few Bison fans here in the Denny Sanford Premier Center. See Bowden's family and many others that are here. But there is a sea of blue and red as expected. This is almost kind of in the back door of South Dakota and South Dakota State. That's the way it is every year. I guess the good news is a capacity that seats 12,000. We are below that. So, but you know for a fact that anyone wearing red is going to be cheering, or anyone wearing blue is going to be cheering for anybody in red here in this one.
Yeah, you know, Rob, I've always kind of told myself coming down here as a player a lot, you know that there's going to be a ton of people from South Dakota in the stands. That's how it is every year. But I look at it from a player perspective. I always enjoyed being in, an arena full of people. So it's a good atmosphere. Even if they're cheering against you, I think there's a lot of ways to hone in that energy and use a good environment to your advantage.
I want to take a look here in just a few moments. And once again, I do want to remind you once again that all season long, Herd and Horns, your destination for burgers, beer, and bison. You can join that Herd and Horns loyalty program for great offers year-round. Visit them on 12th Avenue North across from campus today. Got a few players for you to watch as always here in this matchup. I'll get started with the 6'8" senior forward, Tajavis Miller. 23 points, 4 of 5 from three-point land, and 9 rebounds back in February versus North Dakota State there in Vermilion. In that victory, he had 24 points in their previous game versus the Roos back on February the 25th. So we'll definitely keep an eye on Tajavis Miller. Also, in this one, be on the lookout for the 6'3" senior guard, Cruz Perot-Hunt. You go back to that game on February the 2nd versus NDSU. He had 15 points in that matchup. And then also, Mason Archambault, 6' senior guard, 13 points, 2 steals on February the 25th versus the Roos. We know this is a talented squad just like the Bison, but those are 3 guys that have been hot this season, Dex, and some names that we have called quite a bit of.
Yeah, just kind of like we talked about pregame, Rob. Guys that have really been around. Comateros, I forgot about Archambault pregame as well, but they got some guys that have been around this program for a few years, and that's really the types of, pedestals that you lean on as a program when you come to the postseason tournament.
We talk about players that have to step up. We've mentioned a lot about the young guys and some transfers. You talk about a guy named Jakari White for the Bison that has transferred in from a JUCO, and he has played phenomenally well for this Bison team this season. One area that I really love is the energy that he's been able to bring. He brought a lot of energy back in January when the Bison defeated South Dakota there at the Shield Center 73-61. 18 points. He led all scorers. I know all of these guys have to have a solid game tonight, but just wanted you to expand a little bit on that energy that Jakari brings and how that's contagious to the rest of the team.
Yeah, Rob, I think the thing I love the most about Jakari White and how he's just kept growing on me over the year is he just keeps getting a little bit better. It seems like every time we watch him, he goes out and he puts on a better performance than he did the week before, and that's just part of the growth and the comfortability that keeps growing with him. He's bringing a ton of energy on both ends of the floor, but some of the sparks that he's brought on especially on the defensive end, stepping up and usually guarding one of the better offensive players from the other team. He brings a big spark to these guys. He's flying around, and he brings a lot of energy to that whole bench.
Another guy that brings a lot of energy and had a great game back in January as well versus USD, Damari Wheeler-Thomas, the newcomer, the freshman on this team. He had 17 points, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. That's an area that the Bison have really picked up the slack. They have done a lot better job over these last 5 of the 6 during the winning streak, taking care of business there. I like what I'm seeing from Damari Wheeler-Thomas, a very pure shooter as well. If he can get some open looks and even some not so open looks, he has that knack for drilling shots when they matter the most.
Yeah, I think a big question that surrounded Damari a little bit was we were wondering about some of the shot selection as he kept getting comfortable within the offense, and I think he's grown a lot in that aspect. And in some big games, some tight games, you look back to our last home game a week ago, he had some big buckets down the stretch where the team was struggling to score, and he went and got some runners, made some big-time buckets to keep the team in the lead. And he's a guy that's really found his niche in the offense as well.
We'll look forward to continued success for DWT. He can also hit the 3, and that could be a factor here, but they've got to guard the 3 against the 6th best team from beyond the arc in the South Dakota Coyotes here tonight. Also wanted to highlight Grant Nelson. We know a lot of activity going on around him, but he is thinking and focused on this game solely. That's the leader that he is. 9 points away from 1,000 career. You go back over 3 seasons. This is his 3rd season. That COVID year plays into it as well, but 9 points and he'll have 1,000, and that is a monumental mark for a very talented young man that's a leader on this team.
Yeah, a guy that's been their go-to offensive guy all year. We've seen him step up in a bunch of big games. We know he's been here. He's played in the Summit League Championship game before. He's a guy that's got to get it going right away, and he's got to take this team with him.
He does. We are moments away here from getting things rocking and rolling. The team, by the way, a few guys, I was with them. We got trapped in the elevator a little bit early, but it did not cause any problems. It was during a break. It was not anything that led into this game, so that will not be a factor. But I'll have to share that story with you a little bit later as we get into this broadcast, Dex.
Yeah, well, everybody's at the game, Rob. We got you guys out. I know it was a little while ago, but we're all here, and that's what matters.
We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Nodak Insurance starting lineups. This is NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
Whether you compete on the court, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal, it's a mindset. Shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb corn. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
The Bison know a successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. So does Case IH. We're committed to developing the most powerful, productive, and reliable equipment. From tillage, planting, and harvesting to hay and forage, Case IH equipment makes every shot count and wins. Check out a leading lineup by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/bison. Go Bison!
Bison Nation, this is head men's basketball coach David Richmond. As in life, preparation is key to success on the basketball court. I come prepared to coach by looking and feeling my best with clothing from Halberstad's West Acres. As the official men's clothiers of NDSU Athletics, they have a massive selection of formal wear, casual clothing, footwear, and a brand new assortment of Bison gear. I choose Halberstad's West Acres for my head-to-toe menswear because they have the clothing I need to feel confident on and off the court. Shop Halberstad's West Acres and join the Halberstad West Acres crew in cheering on the Bison. Horns up.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
We're moments away from the action. Clutch shots.
For three, yes!
Yes, baby!
And great defense.
Fighting for the rebound. We got a jump ball.
Thank you for listening to the Case IH pregame show on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Bison basketball is presented by Pioneer Seeds, an American-based seed brand since 1926. By First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us. And by Bud Light, it's for the fans. It's game time on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now let's head courtside for the action. Here's Rob Hipp.
Welcome back. We are live from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. We are moments away from tip-off here, NDSU men's basketball versus the South Dakota Coyotes. Time now for the Nodak Insurance starting lineups. Safe drivers can save up to 30% on their premium when they enroll in the new Drive for Less program from Nodak Insurance. Download the Nodak Insurance app to enroll and start saving today. Visit NodakINS.com. It's Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers. We'll get started with South Dakota. They'll start with the 6'4" senior guard, number 2, Damani Hayes. The 6'3" junior guard, number 5, Cruz Perot Hunt. The 6'2" redshirt sophomore guard, number 10, A.J. Plitzoy. A 6' senior guard, number 11, Mason Archambault. And last but certainly not least for the Coyotes, a 6'8" junior forward, number 34, Tasos Camateros. Again, they're under their first-year head coach, Eric Peterson. It is Hayes, Perot, Hunt, Plitzoy, Archambault, and Camateros. And now it's time for your North Dakota State Bison men's starting lineup tonight here in the quarterfinal opening round of the Summit League for these Bison. They'll start with a 6'4", 190-pound freshman guard out of Lubbock, Texas, and Friendship High School, number 2, Tajavis Miller. A 6'11", 235-pound junior forward out of Devils Lake, North Dakota, and Devils Lake High School. It's number 4, Grant Nelson. A 6', 175-pound freshman guard out of Elgin, Illinois, and Larkin High School. Number 10, DWT, Damari Wheeler-Thomas. A 6'5", 205-pound junior guard out of Jamestown, North Dakota, and Jamestown High School. Number 14, Bowden Skunberg. And last, but certainly not least for the Bison, a 6'10", 245-pound sophomore forward out of Waseca, Minnesota, and Waseca High School. It's number 23, Andrew Morgan. Again for the Bison, Miller, Nelson, DWT, Damari Wheeler-Thomas, Bowden Skunberg, and Andrew Morgan under head coach Dave Richmond, who has done a phenomenal job in 9 years here. 173 wins, 113 losses. Assistant coach Joshua Jones, also assistant Josh Sash, and Spencer Wilker, and the graduate manager Cameron Greer. So that is how your starting lineups look. It's time now for the Halberstadt West Acres uniform update. The Bison are in their white jerseys, white shorts with the triangle piping going down from the jerseys on the sides to the shorts, the numbers in Bison green, and then that yellow gold outlining the italicized numbers. Bison written in italics across the front, the Nike swoosh logo on the right shoulder, and the Summit League patch on the left. For the South Dakota Coyotes, they are in their red jerseys, red shorts trimmed in white and gray. The South Dakota Paw logo is on the left short. South Dakota written across the front in white, outlined in black. They have the Adidas logo on the right side, and then on the left, the Summit League patch. The names are not on the back of the jerseys for either team. It's just the numbers. That is your Halberstadt's West Acres uniform update. You can match the Bison with the new line of NDSU clothing at Halberstadt's West Acres. Look and feel your best with formal and casual clothing from Halberstadt's West Acres, the official men's clothiers of NDSU Athletics. Morgs is out there at the center alongside Tasos Camateros. The opening tip is controlled by USD, and here we go, the quarterfinals underway here in Sioux Falls. As USD will move from right to left, they'll hand off over onto the right wing. It's Plitzoy, trapped there by Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Here's a straightaway three from the top of the key by Archambault. No good. And here come the Bison for the first time tonight, moving from left to right. Damari Wheeler-Thomas running the point. He'll find Morgs back up top over to the left wing. Bowden Skunberg. Skunberg guarded by Archambault. Plenty of time on the shot clock as he'll go over to Tajavis Miller. Back over to the left wing. Here's Miller for three on its way. It's off the right side of the rim, but an offensive rebound there by Andrew Morgan as he'll battle one-on-one inside the circle. Step back floater good off the left side for Morgs, and the Bison take the early 2-0 advantage.
You can see that first shot there from Tajavis Miller, Rob. A little bit of juice. That's that energy coming out. Goes way long. Andrew Morgan does a great job sticking with it. Grabs it, lets the motion clear out, goes and gets a putback bucket.
Camateros on the left baseline, battling here on Grant Nelson. Punt fakes twice. It's blocked by Nelson. Nelson averaging close to 2 a game, gets one here. Here come the Bison from left to right. trying to feed it down low to Morgs from Tajavis Miller. The ball goes out of bounds off of South Dakota. It will stay with the Bison.
And that's not a great pass thrown there by Tajavis Miller by any means, Rob, but I like the aggression. They're coming down. You get a rebound. Andrew Morgan does a great job running the floor. He tries to throw it ahead, put a little bit of pressure on that defense.
Miller inbound to Nelson. Nelson will fire up a shot on the right baseline. He goes up and he's fouled by Damani Hayes, and 2 free throws coming up here for Grant Nelson. Again, 9 points away from 1,000 in his career. He'll have an opportunity for 2 of those here on the free throw line on the right side. It's the junior forward from Devils Lake, North Dakota, a 69% free throw shooter. A bend to the knees, the right-handed free throw shot, good at the bottom of the net. As he'll get a high five from Damari Wheeler-Thomas, standing behind the top of the key here on the right side. 1 more free throw coming up for Nelson. The next one on the way, good as well, 7 away. And the Bison with the early advantage here, taking care of business early as we're just over a minute, 4-0 on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. South Dakota will bring it from right to left across the timeline. Damani Haynes at the top of the 3. He'll hand off Perot Hunt. Working inside the right baseline down as a pass goes over the left baseline. Damani Hayes, here's a left wing 3, fired up by Tasos Kamateros. It's not there. The ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Damani Haynes. It'll go right back to the Bison.
The Bison did a good job rotating out of their defense there, Rob. Baseline drive. Andrew Morgan rotates down. Grant Nelson comes and covers up the backside, forcing a kick out for a Kamateros 3, which they also got a hand up on as well. They got good activity really on the defensive end.
Bison 1-2 from the field to get started, leading 4-0, 18-14 to go here in the opening frame. Grant Nelson has it on the right side, top of the 3, spinning his way inside the free throw line. Turnaround jumper here off the right hand, won't fall. It ricocheted off the back of the rim. And here comes USD on that far right side from right to left. Perot Hunt wiggling through traffic. Right baseline jumper with a hand in his face. And that shot's good. Big time shot right there by Perot Hunt.
Yeah, that's a good job by Perot Hunt weaving through the traffic. He kind of played a little 2-man game, slow played it coming off the ball screen. It's a good knockdown shot for him.
4-2, Bison with the advantage. Tajavis Miller has it on the right wing. Bounce over near the corner on that right side to Nelson. He'll find Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Left wing 3 on the way. Too strong off the right side of the rim. The Bison are 0 of 2 from that Todd Cattermas to Beyond Realty 3-point line to start this ball game. Opportunity here for the Coyotes to tie or take the lead. They'll put up a shot here on the assist off that right side. It's good by Hayes. Good feed down there by Perot Hunt. We are tied 4 apiece, 17-17 to go here in the opening half of play. The Bison have it on the right side. It is Morgs double teamed. He'll find Skunberg, who hit that game-winning jumper versus Western Illinois to wrap up the regular season. Back over to DWT. Around we go. Right wing. It is Bowden Skunberg inside the paint. Ball gets stripped, but there's Nelson to clean it up, and he's got his 4th point off the left side of the glass.
And Bowden Skunberg's not going to get credit for a pass there on the strip away, but it very well as could have been. Luckily, ball goes right into Grant Nelson's hands for an easy layup.
Bison regain the lead, 6-4. South Dakota trailing here. They've got it back on the left side. Plitzel-White. Here's a 3 from the left wing. It's actually Kamateros. Won't fall. And now Tajavis Miller quickly to the right side of the court. He has it on the right wing. Fires one from the belt line. Over to Bowden Skunberg. Rotating at the top of the 3. High screen set by Nelson. Here's Skunberg on the right baseline. Back to Nelson. He'll take a 3 from the right hand. This shot off the front of the rim. Bison have gone cold now, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. South Dakota back with it here on the left side, moving from right to left, wiggling through traffic. Perot Hunt thought about a 3, goes over to the right wing. Kamateros, as he still got it out there, guarded by Nelson. Launches this one from the sternum to Perot Hunt. Near the half-court line now, high screen, ball screen, Hayes. Perot Hunt takes a jumper just inside the right wing. That one won't fall. Offensive rebound, Hayes, as he is double-teamed. And got a jump ball, possession arrow, Bison. So there you go. Defense coming up huge there for NDSU. The Bison with the 2-point advantage, 6-4, with 15:55 remaining here in the first half. This is NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
If you love Bison football like I do, you're going to love this. The Bison credit card from First Western. People ask me all the time, how'd you get that? I'm like, it's easy. I'm a fan.
Introducing the Bison credit card, featuring cashback rewards and no annual fee. Only available at First Western to all credit-approved Bison fans.
First Western Bank and Trust and the Bison. You can bank on us.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Ever feel like something's off? For farmers like you, it's all too common.
That's why at Golden Harvest, we're always on, bringing you the unique genetics, agronomic expertise, and tireless service that surpass conditions. Because no matter how things are today, they'll be different tomorrow. And we'll still be here doing whatever it takes for you. Because even on off days, we don't take days off. Visit goldenharvestseeds.com.
You're listening to the Summit League Tournament on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now back to the court. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
Welcome back. Bud Light, proud sponsor of NDSU Athletics. Go Bison. Also, for the most authentic look and feel, choose authentic brand for your license. NDSU gear is a premium alternative sportswear of choice for any Bison fan on game days and every day. Insist on the authentic brand label. Back at it here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center, 6-4 NDSU men's basketball with a slight advantage over South Dakota as we're at the 15:55 mark on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Scoreboard all season and postseason presented by Coach's Choice Corporate and Athletic Apparel. Trust your brand and image to the pros. Visit www.coacheschoiceonline.com. Both teams shooting 0 of 3 from that three-point line, a little uncharacteristic for South Dakota, the 6th best three-point shooting team in the nation. But the Bison on the other side, those three-pointers not falling, but they haven't been bad looks, Dex.
Yeah, they've been getting the threes out of the offense, which I think is big for them, Rob. They got the ball moving. They've been inside-out, kick-out threes like we talked about. They're getting good looks. I think you got to keep taking those open ones, even though they're not falling right now.
Tajavis Miller, Andrew Morgan over to the bench. Joshua Strite, Jakari White now on the floor for NDSU. The Bison have it here on the right side. It's Nelson from the left elbow, way up high to Jakari White. And that one a little too high for Jakari. It went off his fingertips and out of bounds. And the first turnover of the night by NDSU. Again, it's 6-4. South Dakota trails here. 15:40 to go in the opening half. Bringing it in the front court from right to left. It is A.J. Plitzuweit. He'll go over to the left wing, finding Perot Hunt back on the left baseline. Plitzuweit will take a jumper here just outside the left elbow. It's an air ball saved. Going out was Jakari White to Nelson. Nelson finds DWT. Here's the Bison on the right side. Top of the three, high screen set by Nelson. Pass to Jakari White on the right wing. He'll rotate near the free throw line. Backpedals, finds into the hands of Skundberg. Give and go from Strike to Skundberg. Skundberg backing down a defender there on that left baseline. Double team. That leaves Jakari White. Wide open three, right wing, not there. And the ball goes into the hands of USD. It was contested there at the last moment by Mason Archambault as Jakari White was looking. There's a two-point shot from just outside the free throw line. That one drops in and good on the jumper from A.J. Plitzuweit. 6-6, we're tied back up. Bison with it here on the right side. To Bowden Skundberg. Down low to Grant Nelson on the left baseline. Max Burchill guarding him to DWT on the right wing. He'll find White on the right corner. Takes a few dribbles with the left hand. Back over to Bowden Skundberg on the right wing. Launches it with the right hand near the belt line. Back up top to Damari Wheeler-Thomas. High screen set by Nelson. 5 on the shot clock. Left baseline jumper, no good, but DWT's fouled. And he'll have 2 free throws coming up after Max Burchill, one of the newcomers on this team, fell on him.
A little bit of a tight spot there at the end of the shot clock, Rob, but Damari does a good job reading. He came off a ball screen from Grant Nelson. They kind of hugged Grant a little bit, expecting that kickback, and that gave Damari enough room to go one-on-one and draw that foul.
The first personal for Max Burchill, the second team foul. Perot Hunt has one also in this contest so far. This one at the line is Damari Wheeler-Thomas, a 86% free throw shooter, but he misses the first one. Andrew Morgan will check back into the game as Joshua Strite will head over to the bench and gets a high five from assistant coach Spencer Wilker. One more free throw coming up here for the freshman, Damari Wheeler-Thomas out of Elgin, Illinois. He'll bend his knees, right-handed free throw on the way. This one good. He'll split the pair, and the Bison regain a 1-point advantage now, 7-6 with 14:23 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. South Dakota will bring it into the front court from right to left. Cruz Perot Hunt guarded by Skundberg near the Summit League basketball champion logo. Back down now on the left side. Ball goes way up top. Wide open three, Mac Burchill. That one good, and that's the first three-pointer of the game. As South Dakota was 0 for 3 before Burchill buried that one just moments ago. He's a 42% three-point shooter.
And NDSU is going to have to adjust a little bit, Rob. They're really helping, kind of selling out a little bit down low on the drive, and I think USD is almost looking to kick out, and that's giving them some wide-open three-shot attempts.
Moore's back the other way, missed a shot. Quickly running is Archambault. He'll put up a shot here. It's no good, but he's fouled, and now South Dakota with some momentum, and they'll go to the line. The foul called there on Bowden Skunberg. So Skunberg will pick up his first personal and the first team foul by the Bison. So here on the left side, it's South Dakota to shoot free throws. A bend to the knees, and the first one on the way is good for Archambault. The senior guard stands at 6 feet out of Rapid City, South Dakota, an 89% free throw shooter, the best on the team. Monty Haynes will head back over to the bench for the Coyotes. One more free throw coming up here on this left side for Archambault. Takes a couple of dribbles, bend to the knees, the right-handed flick of the wrist, and the ball goes in the net. 11-7, Bison trail. They have not made one from the field in the last 3.5 minutes. NDSU will move from left to right. Jakari White back up top over to Tajavis Miller. Jakari White on the right wing. He'll go down on the right baseline to Andrew Morgan. Double teamed up top to Nelson. Nelson. Belt line pass finds Jakari White on the right wing. Jakari trying to work through a few defenders on the right baseline. Launches this one up over to Tajavis Miller, left wing. Back up top, Skunberg. 3 on the way off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, though, off the front of the rim by Grant Nelson. And here's Nelson now trying to work through 2 defenders. So Tajavis Miller back over the right wing is Bowden Skunberg. Skunberg crosses his legs on a screen set by Grant Nelson. Skunberg down to 6 on the shot clock. Still trying to wiggle through a defender on the right side, off the glass. Shot's not there. Morgs battling for it, can't hold on to it. The ball ricochets over to Perot Hunt on that right side from left to right. And a reach-in foul here on the floor before any shot attempt goes up. Bison will have their second personal, and we'll see who that one goes on. It's on Jakari White, so he'll pick up his second personal and the second team foul by NDSU.
And that's unfortunate there, Rob. You don't want to see Jakari White pick up an early second out in transition. I mean, he just got caught in a tough spot, but they're going to keep him in, and I think that's a smart play. We've seen Jakari do a good job playing without fouling, and I think you need him in there for some energy right now.
Bowden Skunberg will head over to the bench. Lance Waddle's getting an early entry into this game. Inbound, here's a shot near the right baseline. Good on the jumper for Mason Archambault. 13-7, Bison trail by 6, 12:40 to go here in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Lance Waddles has it on the right wing down to the right baseline. Nelson over the head pass to Tajavis Miller on the left wing now. Miller finds Waddles. Waddles near the top of the 3. Lowers one down over into the hands of Morgan from Tajavis Miller. Morgs, nice spin move. Too short though off the left side of the rim on the left side. Another miss here for the Bison, and USD trying to build on this 7-0 run. They've made 3 of their last 3. The left side they are. Here's a left wing. Burchill driving inside. And a pass goes up top over to Perot Hunt for 3. That shot won't fall. The ball battled around. Goes and saved here. Goes to Perot Hunt. Good effort there by Comateros and Archambault. But we've got a travel and a turnover. And it will go back to NDSU. The second turnover of this ball game by USD.
And Rob, again, I like the shots that NDSU is taking. I think that's the most important thing for them offensively. They're moving the ball well. I think they're making good reads out of the doubles that USC's bringing. They just got to start knocking down some shots.
Tajavis Miller, the inbound from Nelson. Miller waltzes it across the timeline on the right side. With a right-hand pass to Nelson. Right baseline, off the glass. Good for Grant Nelson. And the Bison will get on now after missing their last 6 in a row, and Nelson able to find it there. So Grant Nelson now with his 6th point of the ball game. Back over to the left side. Here is a 3 straight away. Won't fall for Max Burchill. Here come the Bison again. NDSU's Tajavis Miller gets it knocked away. It goes off of him and out of bounds. Archambault knocked it off his knees. And the second turnover by NDSU will give it right back to the Coyotes. USD has the lead 13-9, 11:30 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard here in the first half. We'll take a break. It's North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
Who provides almost 60,000 jobs in North Dakota, making up nearly 17% of all private employment in the state? That's right. North Dakota's oil and natural gas industry provides real jobs that people and their families rely on. One of the many ways it's helping make North Dakota a better place. Learn more at ndpetroleumfoundation.org. North Dakota Oil and Natural Gas, advancing the possibilities.
Before you head to the game, be sure to stop by your neighborhood Hornbachers for everything you'll need for the perfect tailgating party. You'll find delicious produce, the highest quality meats, seafood, snacks, beverages, desserts, and more to make your game day party memorable. And for your post-game, visit our deli for game day wings and fresh cut fruit and veggies in our produce department. Hornbachers, freshness and quality since 1951.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now let's go back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
Make sure your smile is ready to be unmasked. Call the Smile Guys, twin brothers Dr. Nate Nygaard at Crossroads Dental in West Fargo and Dr. Ryan Nygaard at Smile Care in Fargo. Their number 701-809-9888. That's the Smile Guys. Also, PetroServe USA is a proud Circle of Champions supporter of Bison basketball and your official convenience store of Bison athletics. That's PetroServe USA. 13-9 USD with the lead here over NDSU men's basketball in the quarterfinal round of the Summit League tournament with 11:30 to go. Bison have only made one of their last 7, but you kind of feel something's in the air here for this NDSU team. In a good way, Dex.
Yeah, I mean, NDSU just needs a little bit of spark. Kind of one of those things where just takes a little bit of a spark to start a fire. You get things going, they get the lid off the basket, see one go through, and I think that they can get those offensive goals behind them.
USD shooting 38%, 5 of 13 from the field, but only 1 of 6 from downtown, and the Coyotes have it here on the left side. Trying to back down is Kamateros as he'll go over to the right baseline, finds Hayes. Here's a floater inside the paint, won't fall for Paul Bruns, who checked in a moment ago. And the Bison have it here, moving from left to right. Damari Wheeler-Thomas, Skunberg, Morgs, Miller, and White on the floor for NDSU. DWT has it near the left wing, over to Morgs, top of the free throw line. He'll find Skunberg. Skunberg works over, right wing 3 to Tajavis Miller. No. And the offensive rebound, though, is good for Morgs. Morgs a put back off the right side, a little too soft, and it's not there. And Kamateros with the rebound. On that far right side from right to left, it's A.J. Plitzowite trying to work through defenders. He was guarded by 2, puts up a jumper here, and he is really in rhythm now. Made that shot from the second key on the left side, and Plitzowite able to bury one there for his 4th point of the ball game. Bison back with it here on the right side, trailing 15-9, 10:26 to go in the first. On the Coach's Choice scoreboard, top of the 3, high screen, Damari Wheeler-Thomas back to Morgs. Near that left baseline, inside the circle now. Ball gets stripped away, and it's going to be a foul here, though, against USD. So got stripped away, but that was because A.J. Plitzowite had too much of a hand on it. That's his first personal and the 3rd team foul for USD.
And I think Andrew Morgan hasn't gotten one to go yet down low, but he's doing a good job against that USD double. It's a high double, and they're trying to force him baseline. Andrew Morgan knows that if you're going to go baseline, you got to make a quick move and go up right away before that help defender can come.
Bison have it here as Nelson is back on the court. Here's Skunberg, left side of the glass, and that shot falls through the net for Bowden Skunberg. Bison needed it. They've only made one of their last 9 until that shot there by Skunberg just moments ago. 15-11, USD with the lead. They've got the ball back here on the left side to Perot Hunt, trying to float one down, but it's knocked away. Here come the Bison. It's Grant Nelson. 1-on-2, Morgs chasing behind him. Nelson back up top. The pass goes to Bowden Skunberg. He'll fire a 3. That one rattles in and good. It's Bowden Skunberg from downtown on a Todd Cattermas to Beyond Realty 3. The Bison needed it, and Skunberg delivered. 15-14, USD by 1.
And you can see, Rob, Bowden Skunberg's got that look in his eye a little bit of energy. He knows it's time for NDSU to go on a little run here.
Kamateros hands off, top of the 3 over to Perot Hunt. He'll backpedal back down to Kamateros on the left of the circle. Over his left shoulder, the pass goes to Hayes. He'll launch this one over the left corner now, Bruns. Down to 3, down to 2. Kamateros hand in his face, left wing 3, not there. Good defense, Skunberg. Here come the Bison with a chance to regain the lead. It's over to Grant Nelson. He'll find Skunberg, top of the 3, another 3. This one good as well. Nothing but net. Bowden Skunberg buries his 2nd 3 in a row, and the Bison regain the lead 17-15 with under 9 to go.
Again, Rob, energy. NDSU's flying around on defense. They grabbed that rebound. All 5 guys got out running the floor, led to a good open 3 from Bowden Skunberg.
Another Todd Cattermas, a Beyond Realty 3, under 9 to go here in the first half. Off the left side, that shot's no good there, but a foul against the Bison. Trying to go off the left side of the glass was Cruz Perot Hunt. That foul is on Andrew Morgan, his first personal, third team foul. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Bison Basketball from Learfield.
KPFX and HD1, Kindred, Fargo, Moorhead.
And KDLB HD3, Frazee, Detroit Lakes. Powered by Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo.
107.9 The Fox.
Cruz Bro Hunt to shoot free throws. First one on this left side, up and good for the senior out of Auckland, New Zealand, an 84% free throw shooter. That'll pull it to back within one. NDSU with the 1-point advantage, 17-16, 8:37 to go here in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. One more here on the left side for Bro Hunt. Averages 14 a game, leading scorer on this team, makes both free throws, and we are tied back at 17 each. Nelson inbound to Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Wheeler-Thomas brings it in the front court. Handoff back over to Nelson. Now to Lance Waddles, who's back in the game for the Bison. Also Joshua Strite. Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Right elbow jumper not there. And the ball ricocheted into the hands of Paul Bruns for the Coyotes. He'll bring it here on that right side from right to left. Launches one from the belt buckle. He'll find Kamateros. Near the right baseline, little mismatch down here maybe with Waddles. He'll find an open teammate, Hayes, on the left side. Shot blocked, puts up another one. That one blocked as well. Still battling, Bison have it. That's the way to stay after it, and here comes Bowden Skunberg from left to right. Skunberg on the right wing, almost loses the handle, able to control it. Now over to Nelson near that right corner. He is battling Paul Bruns. Back over, here's Skunberg, another three. Right corner this time off the right side of the rim, it won't fall.
Robin, Grant Nelson gets his catches down low. They basically have Kamateros spying on the help side, and I think NDSU's got to do a little better job moving the big guy on the back so that help side post can't just sit there and watch what they're doing.
Bro Hunt over to Archambault. He missed a three from that right corner. Bison back with the ball. 17 apiece, all tied, 7:28 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard here in the first half. Damari Wheeler-Thomas just shy of the timeline, top of the three, guarded by Bruns. Trying to work in the lane. Floats up one here from the left elbow. Shot's not there. Strike! He's able to ricochet it off of a defender, and it'll go right back to the Bison. There's that heads-up play that we've seen all season by Joshua Strite. So the Bison will have it when we come back. We are tied 17 all with 7:15 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard here from Sioux Falls. This is NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
Teamwork, talent, dedication, leadership. When it comes to strengthening communities, these values make a difference every single day. At Gate City Bank, we're committed to creating a better way of life for our customers, communities, and team members. Visit gatecity.bank/community. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life. Member FDIC.
The Bison know a successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. So does Case IH. We're committed to developing the most powerful, productive, and reliable equipment. From tillage, planting, and harvesting to hay and forage, Case IH equipment makes every shot count and wins. Check out a leading lineup by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/bison. Go Bison!
Welcome back to the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now let's go back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
Olaf Anderson General Contractors, the region's premier design builder. If you want your building project done right the first time, call Olaf Anderson at 701-237-3605 or visit them online at olafanderson.com. That's OLAF Anderson.com. Also at Oxbow Country Club, great golf is just the beginning. A hidden gem that is just a short drive from anywhere in Fargo. Oxbow provides an opportunity to leave the hectic pace of life and relax. You can learn more at oxbowcc.com. As we are back into action here, tied 17 apiece at the Denny Sanford Premier Center in this quarterfinal round of the Summit League Tournament. NDSU is now holding USD to no shots of their last four and only one of their last 8 for the Coyotes. They have not made one from the field in the last 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Energy definitely in the building here as we'll get back into action. It is Tajavis Miller set to inbound on the floor for NDSU as Nelson, Strite, Skunberg and DWT. Nelson's trapped over the right wing. He'll go with the pass to Skunberg. Flings it around his right hip. On the right baseline, Nelson. Over the head pass. DWT left wing. Passed up on a 3. Up top over to Skunberg. He's hit 2 from this area. Skunberg inside the paint. The floater from the right hand. Off the back of the iron. Won't fall. As he was trying to reach in and battle that one away from Max Burchill. He's going to be charged with a foul here. That's a tough foul there for Bowden Skunberg.
Yeah, he's going in there getting a lot of ball, but when you're coming right off of a missed shot and then you're pressing up, I mean, that ref couldn't even see where Bowden's hands were, and he's calling that foul. So you're setting yourself up for a foul call most of the time in that situation.
The main official, head official here is Mark Riggs. Always great catching up with him. As we're back into action here. 17 all, 6:49 to go in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. South Dakota back with it on the left side. Handoff, Perot Hunt from the right elbow. Takes a jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound from the right hand, Grant Nelson claps it to his left hand. Now the pass to Damari Wheeler-Thomas. As DWT will look over his left shoulder. Over to Coach Richmond calling a play. Damari Wheeler-Thomas holding his right hand, directing a play, sends Jakari White over the right corner. DWT top of the 3, left wing now is Grant Nelson. Behind the back dribble, guarded by 2, back over to Tajavis Miller. Here is Jakari White, down to 9 on the shot clock. DWT sees it on the right wing, high screen strike. The pass goes to Strike. Back over, DWT with 4, with 3. Jumper from the free throw line, no good. Rebound swatted down by Tassos Kamateros. And here comes South Dakota quickly from right to left on the left side. Now top of the 3 is Archambault. He'll bounce this one down to Kamateros. Ball goes out of bounds off the shoes, I believe, of Tajavis Miller. It will stay with USD.
And Rob, if you're NDSU on the offensive end down here, you got to find some different ways to get Grant Nelson touches and get him back in this offensive game. When he's catching post feeds, he's getting doubled way too hard. They got to rotate that feed.
Perot Hunt inbound over to Paul Bruns. Bruns putting up a shot and rotating off the right side of the glass, and it drops in. USD regains the lead, 19-17, under 6 to go in the first. Here is Grant Nelson floating one up, blocking foul, and 1 for Grant Nelson. It is on Mason Archambault. That is his first personal, 14th foul by USD. An and 1 opportunity here for Nelson, as he only needs 9 points, so he could get to 1,000, I believe, on this free throw here. They gave him the 2, right?
Correct.
So here he is for 1,000 points on a free throw. On the way, good for Grant Nelson. And he now has 1,000 points in his career. It's 20-19. Bison regain the lead with 5:36 to go here in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Perot Hunt has it for USD on the left side, as he'll take it from the left baseline off the left side of the glass, drop it in and good. Damari Wheeler-Thomas will bring it into the front court here. Bison trail by 1, back and forth seesaw we go on the scoreboard. 21-20. USD, 5:14 to go here in the first. Here's Jakari White for the Bison on the right corner. That shot won't fall. Gets his own offensive rebound. Trying to work now. Jakari White almost loses the handle. Battling right side. Good for Jakari White. Oh, Jakari White bringing a little juice here to Sioux Falls. And the Bison regain the lead, 22-21. With 4:52 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard here in the first half. Here's Burchill. He traveled, the second travel of the night, by the way, for South Dakota. And that will give it right back to NDSU.
And Rob, I think they must have made an adjustment in a dead ball, because I'm only seeing 1 foul up there for Jakari White. We thought he had 2, which is good. He's playing with a ton of energy, and if you got 1 foul, that lets him be way more aggressive on both ends of the floor.
Nelson will inbound just in front of his own bench in the backcourt on that left side to Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Wheeler-Thomas will walk it into the front court in his green Nike shoes. Over to Grant Nelson from the left elbow. Drives inside, stretches. Shot won't fall, though, and the rebound here to Kamateros. And here comes USD trailing by 1. 22-21, 4:30 to go in the first half. Nice ball movement here over the left wing. Burchill 3, no. Rebound Nelson, as he was up in the air. His hand was about 2 feet above the rim on that rebound. He'll find Damari Wheeler-Thomas over the corner, Jakari White. He'll float it to Andrew Morgan on the right baseline. Kamateros guarding him. Now double teamed. Over to Jakari White, right wing. Up top, DWT. Over to Nelson near the left corner. Works in the left baseline. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Backpedaling. Damari Wheeler-Thomas, top of the 3, inside the paint. He'll go back over. Jakari White, left corner 3. Good for Jakari White. Jakari, the Ferrari. Turn on the juice, baby. and the Bison lead by 4, 25-21, after a Todd Tajavis to Beyond Realty 3.
Again, not the most beautiful possession there, Rob. Guys got a little bit scrambled, but they did a good job playing off each other, and Jakari White knocks down a big corner three.
And now it's a turnover back the other way by Mason Archambault. It went off his thigh, and the Bison on a little bit of a run here, leading 25-21, 3:39 to go in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. We'll step aside and take a break. It's NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
It takes passion and energy to be a fan. And at Excel Energy, we're fans of North Dakota. It's why we source supplies locally, support community events, and fund scholarships for students at UND and NDSU. Our energy and passion goes beyond just reliable service. After 113 years in North Dakota, we're here to stay. Find out how we support your local community at excelenergy.com/community.
Scoreboard Central.
Some other conference tournaments going on around the country. In the Southland, New Orleans leads Houston Christian 64-53. And in the Sun Belt Championship game, Texas State is down by 8 points to Louisiana 44-32. And then in the CAA, Towson is up big 69-43 on Delaware. Let's go back down to Sioux Falls with Rob Hipp and Dexter Werner.
Thank you, Micah. Appreciate you as always. Before you head to the game, be sure to stop by your neighborhood Hornbachers for everything you'll need for the perfect game day party. For snacks, beverages, and all your game day essentials, visit Hornbachers. It's freshest and quality since 1951. 25-21, NDSU men's basketball on top of USD with 3:39 to go in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Earlier, Grant Nelson getting his 1,000th career point. After an and one, he had the 2 points, and then the free throw sealed it. There was a family member over there, had a countdown to 1,000 poster. She started Xing it out, and now that poster can go to rest because he hit it.
Yeah, Rob, great accomplishment for Grant Nelson. And coming at a good time, too. They needed him to come alive on offense. They've gotten this lead back. As you see, USD switching to a 2-3 zone here, which NDSU is going to have to adjust to, but Bison scores are stepping up right now, and they're getting things clicking.
Bison back with it here, down to 9 on the shot clock. Damari Wheeler-Thomas on the right wing. Up top, Jakari White, who hit a 3 just moments ago. He'll find Skunberg, left wing, behind the back dribble, down to 2, down to 1. Floated up in the paint, good. Bowden Skunberg. A little Swagberg action for Bowden. And the Bison continue their run, leading by 6, 27-21, with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. USD back with it on the left side. It's over to Blitzowite. He'll go down to Comateros. On that left baseline, guarded here by Nelson. Put on a move off the left side of the glass. Good shot there by Comateros as he sold Grant Nelson a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's Grant Nelson playing a scouting report there, Ray Rob. He knows that Comateros has a left shoulder, go finish with the right hand. He makes him spin back to his left hand, which is what you want to do, but he knocks that one down. Start
a 2-minute drought for USD. Here's a feed, Jakari White to the right side. Andrew Morgan, his shot off the right side of the glass falls in. Bison have made 3 of their last 3. They were on a 7-0 run before that USD shot just moments ago. It is a 6-point advantage for NDSU. USD trailing, though, with 2:13 to go here on the Coach's Choice scoreboard in the first half. The defenders are Shambull to the left wing inside. He'll go to Burchill. Outside the circle. Here's Comateros. 3. No from the rebound off the left side of the rim there for Jakari White. As Damari Wheeler-Thomas, the freshman point, will bring it into the front court. Using his right hand as he always does to direct traffic, he'll send Skunberg to the left wing. That'll leave Grant Nelson on the right wing. Nelson finding some separation, right baseline. Shot's not there off the right side. Gets the offensive rebound. The putback's good. And a timeout here by USD. And we'll keep it right here as the Bison have made 4 of their last 4, leading 31-23.
And Rob, I got to give credit to Josh Strite because he's played with a ton of energy this half. But the one thing that we've always known Josh Strite is an offensive threat down here. So when you got Andrew Morgan back into this game compared to Josh Strite, the thing that's really going to open up for Grant Nelson is that Josh Streit is going to go to the backside like he's supposed to. He's doing his job on offense, but that allows Comateros, who's guarding the 5-man, to basically shadow Grant Nelson and have a free second defender waiting for Grant to do something, because you know Josh Streit isn't going to make as much of an offensive play on the backside. So when you put Andrew Morgan into that mix, you're adding another offensive threat at the 5. That gives Grant Nelson much more room to operate, because Comateros knows that he's on that backside, but he's thinking about Andrew Morgan. He's got to watch him more closely, and that's opened up a couple of easy ones here for Grant Nelson as of late.
Bison bringing the pressure also, as they have forced 5 turnovers from USD, and they've capitalized to have the Bison scoring 7 points off of those 5 turnovers. NDSU at this advantage 31-23. As South Dakota will bring it into the front court from right to left. They are shooting only 36% on 9 of 25 from the field. No players in double digits. Perot Hunt, the high scorer for USD, was 6. They've got it here on that left side. Here's a 3 from near straightaway. Plitzelwhite will not fall. Nelson tried to get the rebound. It goes off the front of his fingertips and out of bounds. Kind of in that tough area. Would have been really difficult for him to haul that one down. I still like the effort from the big fellow.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we talked about, right, Rob? Long 3-point shot there from Plitzelwhite. That's going to be a long rebound. That ball bounced a long way before Grant Nelson got a piece of it.
Plitzelwhite will inbound with that left brace over his left, or that brace over his left knee on the corner. Goes inside. Here's a shot off the bank it from the right side of the glass for Mason Archambault. Bison have made 4 of their last 5, still leading by 6 here, 31-25, 107 to go in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. A little hot potato action from DWT to from DWT to Tajavis Miller. And here's a shot off the left side of the glass, and that one falls in and good for NDSU. Didn't catch the number down there. He was covered up.
Hey, either way, that's a big-time finish from Grant Nelson.
There he is.
Coming back to his left hand.
Grant Nelson. It's kind of hard to miss Grant Nelson down there. Here's a shot back the other way from USD. Won't fall for Perot Hunt. Here come the Bison. 37 seconds to go in the first half. And Coach Richmond wants to call time here. Wise timeout as the Bison leading 33-25. Want to make sure that you take advantage of this possession. That is one area, just to be transparent, and Coach talks about it too, that the Bison, when they've gotten into these situations, they've turned the ball over. You've got to find a way here, protect the ball, and come out with points, because there is about a 10-second differential. You don't want to go into halftime giving momentum to USD.
Yeah, Coach Richmond uses his use it or lose it time out there, I believe. What you want to do here, like we said, they're drawing up a set. You know this ball is going to go to Grant Nelson or Bowden Scumberg, right? Those guys have been carrying the ship this first half offensively, but big focal point for NDSU. You got to execute these sets out of timeouts. Late clock situations, late games. This is where we've seen them flounder a little bit, executing out of a timeout here. I'd like to see them go get a bucket here before the half.
So here we go to set it up. 35.2 remaining here in the first half. Bison have it leading 33-25 on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Tajavis Miller will inbound to Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Bison have it on the right side of the court. Javis was there in front of the bench of USD. Damari Wheeler-Thomas over to Jakari White. On the right baseline, Jakari gets it swiped from behind. He hits the deck hard. And the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with NDSU. Boy, a ferocious swat there by Damani Hayes. It was not a foul. And the net kind of got locked up there too. It looks like it's frozen in motion. And jumping up and fixing it was Cruz Perot Hunt. So NDSU will get it back here. They'll hold on to it, rather. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Jakari White over to Grant Nelson on the left baseline. He'll rotate to the left wing. Guarded by Hayes. Down to 8, down to 7, 6, 5. Nelson, jumper inside the left wing. No good. Rebound, Mason Archambault. They've got 9 seconds to work with, and Damari Wheeler-Thomas reaching in here and a foul on DWT. Joshua Streit will check in for Andrew Morgan. So Damari Wheeler-Thomas with his first personal. The 15 foul by NDSU. Mason Archambault will inbound just to the left of the Bison bench on that right side. He'll find Plitzelwhite. Got to hurry here, down to 5 seconds. Plitzelwhite trying to work. Almost losing the handle. Puts up a jumper from behind the backboard. Nelson launches it at the buzzer. Boy, that one almost went into the band over there for USD. The cameraman had to duck. It looked like a quarterback pass there from Grant Nelson.
Yeah, you know what, Rob? Grant's already got 1,000 Take it easy there, big fella. That was one heck of a shot attempt from three-quarter court.
He got about 100-mile-per-hour velocity behind it as he launched. That was a straight line there from Grant Nelson. But as we said, 33-25 here at the half.
I was just going to say, Grant Nelson might get an MLB look now, too. You know, that happens with some of the quarterbacks. He might have just popped up on the radar about 80, 90 miles per hour there, and that could get him a look.
Again at half, 33-25, it's Bison with the lead. Coming up, the halftime show presented by PetroServe USA. Fans, they have the best cookies in town at PetroServe USA, your official convenience store of Bison Athletics. We'll take a break, and on the other side, I'll have Matt Larson, our athletic director, talking to us. It's NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seed Bison Radio Network.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When it comes to cereal disease protection, Prosaro Pro 400 SC fungicide from Bayer makes all the difference. With 3 effective active ingredients for overlapping control of foliar and head diseases and a flexible application window for head scab, it's formulated to lower DON, protect yield potential, and promote superior grain quality. Prosaro Pro, the future of plant health starts here. Visit prosaropro.com to learn more. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Having trouble finding quality auto coverage? Good service and opportunities to save on your premium? Your Nodak insurance agent has the perfect answer. You'll appreciate our exceptional service, along with our 10% discount just for deducting your monthly premium from your checking account. Service, convenience, and savings without sacrificing any protection. Go to NodakINS.com. Find your local agent, and they'll take care of the rest. After all, we're the agents with answers.
Co-brand your company's image with the hottest apparel brand in America, Under Armour. This is Mark Sanders with Coach's Choice Corporate and Athletic Apparel. We are proud of our relationship with North Dakota State University, and we are even more proud that they trust the quality that Coach's Choice is known for to handle the brand and image of the Bison. Trust your brand and image as well to Coach's Choice, and together we can help accomplish your overall marketing goals with corporate apparel and gift items. Find us online at coacheschoiceonline.com.
The first 20 minutes are in the books, and we've got you covered. It's time for the PetroServe USA halftime show. PetroServe USA is the official convenience store of the Bison. Coming up is a recap of the first half. Now back to courtside. Here again, Rob Hipp.
Welcome into the PetroServe USA halftime show. PetroServe USA, your official convenience store of Bison Athletics. NDSU men's basketball leading USD 33-25. The Bison are heating up, and so is your local Bryant dealer. They'll do whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable this winter. It's now time for the Bryant shooting report. NDSU shooting 13 of 34, 38% in that first half. 3 of 11 from the Todd Cattermas Beyond Realty three-point line at 27%. But starting to find some rhythm as this game goes on. That was the Bryant shooting report. You can find your local Bryant dealer online at Bryant.com. Again, that's Bryant.com. Well, a special treat here at halftime. Haven't had a chance to do this season, but our good friend and athletic director, Matt Larson, joining us here at halftime. Matt, how you doing? Good to see you down here in Sioux Falls.
I'm doing well. You guys got a great view here, too. This is the place to be. I got to come here more often.
That's why the seat was ready for you. It was getting cold, and I said, we got to warm this thing up. So we appreciate you being down. Perfect. And you've been to a lot of these tournaments, Matt, and just wanted to get your thoughts on just how well put together this is. The Summit League does a really good job, and for a mid-major, my first time experiencing it, boy, what an atmosphere here. Even though it's a lot of blue and red, still a great atmosphere.
You know, it really is, and a shout-out to Josh Fenton, our commissioner of the Summit League, Mindy K. Larson, the deputy commissioner. They do an incredible job, and, you know, it's something you don't take for granted. It's been an incredible atmosphere. I know this is the 9th time I've been down here. Dex, you got a chance to play in this. It doesn't get any better. Regardless of what the color of the fans in the stands are, these are the type of atmospheres you want to play in. You want to play in a packed house. You want to play in an environment where people care, and we certainly get that here at this tournament.
Matt, we talked about pregame, you know, NDSU going for their 5th trip to the big dance in 10 years down here in Sioux Falls. Yeah. From a very high-level outsider perspective looking in, what do you think it is that has allowed this program to have so much success down here in Sioux Falls?
Well, I think a lot of it just consistency. You go from Tim Miles to Saul Phillips to Dave Richmond. all being a part of the program. They understand what it takes to come down here and win. And I think the thing that I've seen in my 9 seasons with Dave is it's not about how you start the season. It's not how you know. It's about how you're playing at the end of the year and being able to come down here, shut out the noise, and just play Bison basketball. And that's kind of been the recipe. Certainly was the recipe before you when the years you played, and hopefully we can get that done this weekend as well.
Yeah, Matt Larson joining us here at halftime. Bison men's basketball leading USD 33-25 here in the quarterfinal round of the Summit League tournament. Matt, an exciting program here. Been exciting getting to witness these young men, especially this year. You talk about a team that is so young. Wes Offerman coined it perfectly, the baby Bison. Yeah. What to you this season has maybe stood out that's a little bit different from years past?
Well, I think it's just exactly that. I mean, we've always had that veteran upperclassman presence that has helped kind of carry the season through. And, even Grant, this is the first year Grant is a junior. That's really been his role. And so you look at just the growth from day one with 8 new players, just trying to find chemistry, trying to find what it's like to play with each other. And they've, you deal with adversity throughout, but like I said earlier, they're playing their best ball when it really matters. And so we were at shoot-around earlier today. You see the camaraderie on and off the court. This group really likes each other. They like playing with each other, and you see it on the court.
I got to ask you, you're at shoot-around. Do you ever get a chance to go out there and hoop it up with the guys, Matt?
Well, I don't hoop it up with the guys. I'll take on Todd Phelps. He's more my speed. I think I can dominate him out in the perimeter. But you get against our guys. But no, I actually have done. They do the 3-point or the half-court shots at the end of shoot-around. I've gotten in on that a little bit, but it's a lot of fun. It's great to go over there and support those guys.
Well, final question I have to ask you, because we always did during football season. What do the Bison have to do here in the second half of this basketball game?
Well, I think the thing that I really liked in the first half is we're defending really well. We're contesting every single shot. We're doing a great job down low, and I think that's always been our recipe. The points will always come, and certainly we had a little run there at the end of the first half, but just continue to play really tough defense, and that this time of year is what it takes to get it done.
All right, well, when Dex retires, because that's coming soon for Dexter Werner, we may have another analyst sliding in over here in Matt Larson.
Hey, anytime. I don't know if I can fill his shoes, but I'll certainly give it a try.
Matt, appreciate your time. Thank you for the great job that you do with these young men in NDSU.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, once again, that was Matt Larson joining us, a special guest. Always great to have him down here and taking care of business with our student athletes. We'll step aside, and actually, let's go ahead and keep it right here as we have now our assistant coach, Josh Sash, as we'll talk to Coach Sash on our first Western Bank and Trust interview. Coach Sash getting the headphones set up, and Coach, got off to a little slow start, but these Bison really starting to find their rhythm now. We saw Grant Nelson really coming alive as well. And then, I don't want to leave Jakari White out. A couple of big threes to find some juice for this team. Your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, without getting a ton of time to warm up, we don't get a shoot around here. This is the first time out here for a lot of these guys. I think they were pretty jacked up to start. I thought we were pretty good defensively, but sometimes when you're jacked up like that, you miss some shots early. I think we've kind of settled in a little bit now. We've done a pretty good job on the glass, and hopefully this half we can make some shots from the perimeter.
Coach, I think you touched on it pretty well there. For some of these guys stepping out onto this court for the first time, it's a big-time atmosphere to step into. How do guys that have been here, guys like Grant, Morgs, and Bowden, how do those guys kind of rally the troops a little bit and help get everybody settled down?
Yeah, I think those guys definitely, haven't been here, played here. Actually only last year was the first time for them. We played in the Pentagon 2 years ago. So, just being a calming presence, just being a guy, guys that those guys look up to in general anyway. That those guys go about their business the right way, and the young guys look to them and follow their lead.
Coach Sash, appreciate you. I think we get to talk to you too post-game today.
Yeah,
special
all right,
treat.
let's do
so
it.
we'll have him back on, and looking forward to the second half. Thank you, Coach.
All right, sounds good, guys. Thanks.
Once again, assistant coach Josh Sash there on our first Western Bank and Trust interview, where basketball and banking have a lot more in common than you might think, like experience, coaching, and trust. We're your friends and neighbors, people you can always count on. It's First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us. We'll step aside, take a break. It's North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
This is former NDSU and current LPGA golfer Amy Olson. PetroServe USA is a champion club team maker and the official convenience store of the NDSU Bison. My drives are better and have more power when I shop at PetroServe USA. Stop at your neighborhood PetroServe USA and get your drive on.
March into spring with these great savings. Any size fountain, coffee, or cappuccino, 79 cents.
Helping America feel better. PetroServe USA.
It takes passion and energy to be a fan. and at Excel Energy, we're fans of North Dakota. It's why we source supplies locally, support community events, and fund scholarships for students at UND and NDSU. Our energy and passion goes beyond just reliable service. After 113 years in North Dakota, we're here to stay. Find out how we support your local community at excelenergy.com/community.
Hi, I'm Carson Wentz. The Bison are a great team, and so is First Western Bank and Trust.
Thanks, Carson. At First Western Bank and Trust, it takes teamwork, training, and preparation every day to best serve our community. With all the services First Western provides, including trust, all lines of insurance, leasing, traditional banking products, and much more, it's a slam dunk. And with the My First Western app, you can bank while you travel. Just no traveling on the court.
First Western Bank and Trust and the Bison. You can bank on us.
Why have over 450 North Dakota landowners already decided to voluntarily sign on with Summit Carbon Solutions? They get the facts. Summit Carbon Solutions pipeline will dramatically reduce the carbon footprint of ethanol production, enhancing the long-term viability of North Dakota's agriculture and ethanol industries. And it's clear that carbon capture is the future of North Dakota's agriculture and energy industries. To learn more, visit summitcarbonsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the PetroServe USA Halftime Show. It's time now to take a look at the first half highlights presented by Bud Light. It's for the fans. Here's Rob Hipp.
Welcome back as we're here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. It is the quarterfinal round of the Summit League Basketball Men's Tournament as the Bison have the advantage right now over South Dakota, 33-25. The winner of this game will go on to play South Dakota State tomorrow night. But we still got another entire half of basketball. Let's take a look now at the Bud Light halftime highlights. Bowden Skunberg getting into action here in this ball game as he had 10 points in double digits. One of those was a three-pointer, his second of the night. And the Bison regained the lead 17-15. Nelson, he'll find Skunberg, top of the three, another three. This one good as well. Nothing but net. Bowden Skunberg buries his second three in a row, and the Bison regain the lead 17-15 with under 9 to go. Jakari White also getting into action with 5 points. He hit a critical three as well as the Bison stretched their lead in that first half 25-21. Backpedaling, Damari Wheeler-Thomas, top of the three, inside the paint. He'll go back over. Jakari White, left corner three. Good for Jakari White. Jakari, the Ferrari. Turn on the juice, baby. And the Bison lead by 4, 25-21 after a Todd Catermas-Simeon Realty three. That was your Bud Light first half highlights. Bud Light, it's for the fans. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's the start of the second half. This is NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed? Think ProSeed. ProSeed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Get ready for outdoor adventures with Shields Visa, like golfing with friends, a father-son fishing trip, or a family camping adventure. Everyday activities are fun and easy to enjoy with your Shields Visa. Did you know you can receive your rewards even faster by linking your card to your Shields app? It's never been easier to redeem your points and shop your passions at Shields. Don't have a Shields Visa? Visit us in-store or online at shields.com/Visa card to apply. Shields Visa. Got it.
The Bison know a successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. So does Case IH. We're committed to developing the most powerful, productive, and reliable equipment. From tillage, planting, and harvesting to hay and forage, Case IH equipment makes every shot count and wins. Check out a leading lineup by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/Bison. Go Bison!
Ever feel like something's off? For farmers like you, it's all too common. That's why at Golden Harvest, we're always on, bringing you the unique genetics, agronomic expertise, and tireless service that surpass conditions. Because no matter how things are today, they'll be different tomorrow. And we'll still be here doing whatever it takes for you. Because even on off days, we don't take days off. Visit goldenharvestseeds.com.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now let's go back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
Welcome back at it, Bison Nation. We get rolling here in the second half. NDSU men's basketball leading South Dakota 33-25. It was a great first half performance by the Unicorn Grant Nelson. 13 points, 6 rebounds in 19 minutes. And on an and one and a free throw, hitting his 1,000th career point in that first half. But none of that matters to Grant. He wants a victory tonight. So do these Bison. As USD will come out of the gate here, we'll go back to our starters. And we are set for an exciting second half. Great to catch up with Matt Larson there in that first half as well and hear from him. A lot of energy, a lot of excitement around this program.
Yeah, just kind of that excitement that starts to build because you know that historically NDSU is putting their best product out here in March, and these guys are on their way. They had a great start in the first half, and they got to carry it over here.
That's right, our good friend Scott Anderson, multimedia for NDSU to our right side, always doing great work as we get back into action here. USD this time will move from left to right. And boy, a reach in out of the gate here. Is that going to be a foul on Morgs? It is. So Andrew Morgan will pick up his second personal. And the first team foul in 8 seconds of this second half. Tough break there for Morgs. He was reaching in on A.J. Plitzowite.
I thought that was a pretty good hedge too, Rob. Big guy's out there moving his feet. Fellow big guy, let him live. Give us that ball.
Here's a straightaway three, and it's good for Tasos Camateros. So that leads to a basket there, and the Bison with the advantage, though, 33-28. 30 seconds gone on the Coach's Choice scoreboard here in the second half. Up top over to Nelson. Nelson now moving from right to left on that left baseline. Puts up a shot. He's fouled, and 2 free throws coming up for Grant Nelson. Nice move inside. That will go on Tasos Camateros. That is his first personal and the first team foul of this second half. So here's Grant Nelson to the line, shooting 2 on the left side.
And Rob, I really like that first possession because they found a different way to get Grant Nelson a touch. I talked about it. He was getting doubled really hard down low in the first half. First possession here, they do a nice kickback action for him. He's getting downhill. He's got some room to operate.
First free throw on the way for Nelson is good. One more here on the left side. A bend to the knees, the right-handed free throw shot, this time no good. But Scunberg got a little pushed back there, and he's shaking his head yes, and a foul goes against USD. It's going to go on to Monty Hayes, so he'll pick up his first personal and the second team foul. And the Bison will hold on to it here as Tajavis Miller will inbound on the right baseline on the left side to Grant Nelson. Double team, finds Miller. Left corner three. Good for Tajavis Miller. It's a Todd Cattermas of Beyond Realty 3. That foul leading to second opportunities for the Bison. And Javis nailing that 3 just moments ago. Inside the right wing, shot up here is no good for Archambault. Here come the Bison, leading 37-28. 1 minute gone here in the second half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Damari Wheeler-Thomas trying to shuffle it down to Morgs. It's turned over. Camateros has it, and Damari Wheeler-Thomas reaching in. And a foul called here against DWT as Coach Richmond telling him to slow down just a little bit. That is DWT's second personal and the second team foul of this second half.
And Rob, I don't actually think that that's a terrible foul out of Damari Wheeler-Thomas. USD was about to go running the other way with numbers, so he gets a piece there and might have stopped a fast break.
Bison holding on to their largest lead right now as USD has it back here on the right side, finding Plitzowite. Trying to back down DWT off the left side. That shot good. Maybe a little bit of a mismatch down there. Damari Wheeler-Thomas, though, did not want to commit any more fouls. Inbound from Nelson over to DWT on that right side, moving from right to left. At the top of the 3, left pass to Javis Miller, swings it to Nelson, right corner off the front of the rim, won't fall. Rebound, Plitzowite. He'll bring it into the front court on the left side from left to right, wiggling through defenders. Boy, I thought he may have hopped a step there. Here's a 3 by Camateros. That shot no good. He barely kept his left or his right foot down. If that foot would have came up, it would have been a travel. In any case, though, the 3 was missed. Bison back with it on the left side. Scunberg from the Summit League logo near the right elbow. A jumper. That shot won't fall. Archambault with the rebound. He wants to run it here into the front court on that left side from left to right. Working off a high screen from Hayes. Now to the right elbow. His floater on the way and good.
And that shot attempt's pretty well defended by Javis Miller. Peril Hunt just goes up and finishes it, but a really tough take there.
Damari Wheeler-Thomas bringing it to the front court here from right to left. The Bison's 9-point advantage has been slimmed down to only 5, 37-32. And now a turnover here by NDSU. They turn it over, and it'll go right back to USD. Tough break there by the Bison. So Andrew Morgan turned it over. Here comes the Coyotes from left to right. They're on a little bit of a run now, only trailing by 5. A 4-0 run here. Over to the right side, Plitzowide. He'll pass over to Hayes, puts up a shot off the left side of the glass, won't fall. The ball batted out of bounds, though, and it will stay with USD.
Rob, NDSU's doing a good job making Damani Hayes uncomfortable. It seems like he's just been a little frazzled every time he's catching him on there. He's trying to finish over a lot of length for a big guy at his size, but they got to go find that rebound and find a way to close out that possession.
Puts it wide inbound in front of his own bench. Pass over to Damani Hayes. Up top of the 3, Perot Hunt guarded by Skunberg. Works off a high ball screen there from Camateros. Wiggles his way inside. Floats it up with the right hand, and somehow that ball dropped in. Just in front of the rim. It's 37-34. USD on a 6-0 run. Bison with the advantage. They've got it back on the left side. Here's a floater by Skunberg. That shot is good. From the second key on the right side in the paint, that'll stop that 6-0 run. The Bison had not scored in the last 2.5. It's 39-34. Coyotes with it back here on the right side. Working in is Plitzowite. Over his left shoulder to Hayes. Inside the paint, floated up, and that shot's there. 39-36. NDSU by 3. DWT from right to left. To Tajavis Miller on the right wing. He'll go down to Morgan on the right baseline. Battling on Camateros. Jumper. Shot's not there. He's fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Andrew Morgan. Camateros getting a hand in. And that is Tassos Camateros' second personal, 3rd team foul. And here's Andrew Morgan at the line to shoot 2 on the left side.
Yeah, another good aggressive take when you read that double team's not coming. Andrew Morgan able to play one-on-one. And another big thing there too, Rob, that's 2 pretty quick fouls on Camateros to start this half here. I think you got to keep going at the big guy.
Morg's up into the knees. The right-handed free throw will ricochet in and drops through the net. It's 40-36. NDSU stretches it back to a 4-point advantage. Morgan, the 6'10" sophomore forward out of Waseca, Minnesota, only a 52% free throw shooter, but made the first one. 1 more coming up here on the left side. As he'll shrug his shoulders, takes a deep breath, a couple of dribbles, bends his knees. This one on the way, the flick of the wrist off the front of the rim. The ball won't fall. Rebound, Camateros. He'll go over to Perot Hunt quickly on the right side. Skunberg almost poking it away. High ball screen, Hayes on that left wing. Here's a floater off the right hand, and it's good again for Perot Hunt. That shot has been effective for him on these last few drives.
Yeah, tough shot attempts, but he's gotten the last 3 to go. NDSU's got to keep holding their true on defense, and they got to find a way to stop that.
Here's Morgs on the left baseline, trying to battle his way. Floats it up and good off the left side for Andrew Morgan. Starting to show a little bit of a clinic here to Camateros. It's 42-38 Bison. USD, jumper, straightaway 3, won't fall for Plitzowite. And a foul here, I believe on the rebound attempt by USD. So the foul will go against South Dakota. It is on Damani Hayes. That is his second personal. And already the 4th team foul as we are not even 5 minutes into the second half. It's 42-38. Bison with the advantage. They've got the ball when we come back. This is NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
Before you head to the game, be sure to stop by your neighborhood Hornbachers for everything you'll need for the perfect tailgating party. You'll find delicious produce, the highest quality meats, seafood, snacks, beverages, desserts, and more to make your game day party memorable. And for your post-game, visit our deli for game day wings and fresh cut fruit and veggies in our produce department. Hornbachers, freshness and quality since 1951.
Whether you compete on the court, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal, it's a mindset. Shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb corn. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now let's go back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
A successful team works together to take the shot and score. Case IH delivers a winning lineup with tractors, combines, hay tools, and more. Visit caseih.com/bison. Basketball and banking have a lot more in common than you might think, like experienced coaching and trust. We're your friends and neighbors, people you can count on. It's First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us. Back here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in this quarterfinal matchup, NDSU men's basketball versus USD. The Bison leading 42-38, 15:42 remaining on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. That scoreboard all season and postseason, presented by Coach's Choice Corporate and Athletic Apparel. Trust your brand and image to the professionals. Visit www.coacheschoiceonline.com. The Bison will bring it into the front court here from right to left. Amari Wheeler-Thomas to Grant Nelson. Skunberg out there. Now Jakari White and Stripe back on the court. Pass from DWT over to Jakari White on the right wing. Back up top of the three. DWT. High screen Nelson. As DWT will float it over his right shoulder back to Nelson. Handoff pass to Jakari White. Now back top of the three to Skunberg to White. Down to 8 on the shot clock. White trying to find some separation. Down to 5. He'll find Skunberg on the right wing. Skunberg 3-2. Floats it from the paint. That shot's not there. It did go off the front of the rim. The rebound, though, goes into the hands of A.J. Plitzuweit. And here comes USD from left to right. Plitzuweit on the left baseline. Goes back out to Damani Hayes. Now back up top, Perot Hunt has the ball, guarded by Nelson. Quick dart line pass over to Archambault. He'll go down to the right baseline, finds Kamateros battling on Bowden Skunberg. He wiggles his way through and lay it up and good, just under the rim there for Kamateros.
Yeah, I mean, that's a size mismatch for Bowden Skunberg there. NDSU with a smaller lineup, but you got to find a way to, go dig at that a little bit when he's got a smaller guard on him.
USD has outscored the Bison 13-9 here in the second half. It's 42-40, and now an offensive foul. No, it's going to be, yeah, it is. It's an offensive foul by Grant Nelson. Tough break there for Nelson as he was powering his way in a little too strong. And he sent Damani Hayes to the deck on that one. So Grant Nelson will pick up his first personal. And the third team foul of this second half by NDSU. Monty Hayes set to inbound just in front of us as we are across from the scores table. Going to the backcourt to A.J. Plitzuweit. Plitzuweit brings it into the front court from right to left on the left side, guarded by DWT. Plitzuweit trying to go coast to coast, almost losing the handle. Back up top, the pass goes to Kamateros. He'll hand it off to Perot Hunt. Trying to work his way inside the paint. Shot's not there, heavily contested. Skunberg with the rebound as he turns on the Rockets from right to left. Over to the right wing, he'll find Jakari White on the left wing. White trying to work inside, and they're going to call an offensive foul here on Jakari White as Perot Hunt. Boy, he may have opened up a circus and sold a show on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a bang-bang play, and if a defender's jumping over there and falling backwards before he gets hit, I mean, they're basically selling out to get that call, and I don't like Mark Riggs giving them that same call back-to-back.
Second personal by Jakari White. Fourth team foul by the Bison here in the second half. It's 42-40. USD with an opportunity to tie or take the lead on a three. They've got it on the right side of the left wing, Archambault. He'll hand it off Kamateros near the left baseline. Guarded by Nelson. Turnaround jumper with the left hand. Good off the glass. And we are tied back at 42 apiece. Fans here starting to get on their feet as the Bison will bring it from right to left. Into the hands up to Tajavis Miller. Right-handed pass, Jakari White on the right wing. Pump fakes once, goes back to Miller. Miller here guarded up top by Plitzuweit. High screen strike. That leaves a lane for Tajavis Miller off the left side. It's not there. The ball battling around, and it drops over to Perot Hunt. He'll quickly work 2-on-2. Over to the right wing, finds Plitzuweit. Plitzuweit around the world we go. Kamateros left wing, three, no. Rebound Nelson off the right side.
Couple chaotic back and forth possessions there, Rob. NDSU is going to slow it down here, get a good set, and you got to find a way to go get a bucket and kind of slow this steam that the USD's got built up.
Tajavis Miller to Grant Nelson, back to Miller, top of the three, down to 13 on the shot clock. Still time here. Jakari White, right baseline Nelson, now down to 9. Finds Skunberg, slicing, dicing. Oh, baby, as Bowden Skunberg drops it in thanks to that assist from Grant Nelson.
And Rob, NDSU's finishing through a lot of contact down here in the lane. I thought Kamateros might have gotten Skunberg with the body again, and I think that NDSU should have a call coming their way here soon.
Here's Plitzuwai. He'll launch a three from straight away. He's fired up, nails it. And USD has a 1-point advantage, 45-44, 12-19 to go. On the Coach's Choice scoreboard, Bison trail. Jakari White on the left side, right wing. Over the head pass, Bowden Skunberg finds Miller on the left wing. High screen strike. Miller trying to wiggle through a defender. He'll get fouled here as Tassos Kamateros reaching in. So Kamateros with his third personal and the 5th team foul here in the second half. Again, 12:06 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Bison trail by 1, 45-44. They have been outscored 20-11 here in the second half, as USD is really starting to turn it up from the field, shooting 44%, 19 of 43. The Bison will inbound. They are 60% though in this half of 9 of 15 shooting. The Bison 4 of 8. Jakari White has it, top of the three on the left side. Guarded by Paul Bruns, who just checked back in moments ago. Back over Jakari White, down to Morgs. Double team, puts up a shot, but they're going to say it's on the floor before the shot went up. So the 6th team foul coming up here for USD. And it is on Max Burchill. That is his second personal. And that will take us to a break. 45-44. USD has regained the lead with 11:53 to go in the ball game on a Coach's Choice scoreboard. We'll take a break. It's North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
Saving money.
Happy Harry's Bottle Shops in Fargo and Grand Forks has over 350 different items on sale every day. You will enjoy great savings on our huge selection of beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Be sure to stop by and stock up while you enjoy our service and shopping convenience at any of our 5 locations. You deserve the best, so shop the best. Happy Harry's Bottle Shops in Grand Forks and Fargo.
Please use our products in moderation.
Life, like any good story, has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Hanson Runs Volt is here to help you pre-plan for life's final chapter.
My children are grateful I turned the arrangements over to Hanson Runsvold. It's comforting for them and me. My advice to anyone, just do it. It makes perfect sense for many reasons.
Pre-planning allows you to communicate your passions, culture, lifestyle, and budget in a comfortable and relaxed setting. Hanson Runsvold is ready when you are.
You're listening to the Summit League Tournament on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now back to the court. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
You can match coach with the new line of NDSU clothing at Halberstad's West Acres. Look and feel your best with formal and casual clothing from Halberstad's West Acres, the official men's clothiers of NDSU Athletics. Also, before you head to the game, be sure to stop by your neighborhood Hornbachers for everything you'll need for the perfect game day party. For snacks, beverages, and all your game day essentials, visit Hornbachers. Freshness and quality since 1951. Back at it here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. In the Summit League Tournament, NDSU men's basketball trailing South Dakota 45-44 with 11:53 remaining on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Jakari White will inbound here for the Bison on the left side on his left baseline to his own rim. Right hand inbound pass over to Morgs. Morgs guarded by Haynes here. On that left baseline, rotating just inside the left wing. Up top, DWT to Jakari White on the right wing. Inside the paint, he'll float this one up, blocked from behind. Ball goes out of bounds. It may have went off the fingers of Bruns. It will stay with NDSU, 10 on the shot clock.
And again, Rob, just a lot of contact on that drive. I mean, we've seen a few quick whistles down the other end here, and I thought there was a whole lot of contact against
Here's Nelson
drive.
on the inbound, and finally a foul will go the way of the Bison as Perot Hunt was trying to take a charge. Didn't get the call there. So that is his second personal. 7th team foul. That was in the act of shooting, though, and so Grant Nelson, the unicorn, at the line here on the left side. 14 points tonight, 2 rebounds away from a double-double, 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Puts this one up, good. And the Bison have retied it on a Grant Nelson free throw. 45 all, 11:40 to go. Jakari White will head back over to the bench. Bowden Skunberg in alongside Tajavis Miller, Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Also down in the key is Andrew Morgan. One more free throw on this left side by Grant Nelson. A couple of dribbles, bend to the knees, right-handed flick of the wrist, and the ball falls through the net. And the Bison have regained the advantage, 46-45, with 11:37 remaining here on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. USD back with it here on the right side. Pass goes up top over to Perot Hunt on the right wing. Takes a three from the right hand. It's good. Perot Hunt burying it from downtown for his 13th point and his first three-pointer of the night. 46-48, Bison trail by 2. They've got it back on the left side. Bowden Skunberg, Damari Wheeler-Thomas, now to Tajavis Miller. Miller inside the paint, finds Skunberg on the right wing. Thought about a three, now driving in, goes back to Miller at the top. Shakes one defender, swings it over. Skunberg, right wing three, right wing no, won't fall. Rebound Burchill. USD with some momentum here, leading by 2, 48-46, under 11 to go. They've got it on the right side. Ball up top to Mason Archambault. Hand off to Bruns. Now to Perot Hunt. Trying to float one and finds a wide open teammate on the right baseline. Damani Hayes lays it up and good. It's easy there for USD.
Yeah, and that's where NDSU's got to rotate over on that drive. They left a guy wide open on the backside with that one.
Here's Morgs double teamed on the right baseline. Back we go. Left wing, Bowden Skunberg to Nelson. Nelson battling. Turnaround jumper, right hand. Yes. Skunberg to Nelson. 50-48. USD by 2. 10-14 to go. The Coyotes have made 3 of their last 3. Oh, no. And now holding his ankle down there. That left ankle got rolled on a foul from Bowden Skunberg. But down there holding his ankle is Cruz Perot Hunt. You hate to see that. And the Bison very respectful here on that left side as they are talking and keeping an eye on Perot Hunt. Will hop up. Hopefully that young man is okay. He's a battle-tested warrior for this team here in this ball game. And there will be a substitution as Plitzuweit will check into the ball game. And Perot Hunt will get a quick look at. I believe he walked off under his own power, so that is a good sign.
Yeah, obviously you never want to see players get hurt on either team, Rob. NDSU, nothing malicious there, just Bowden Skunberg trying to get a piece of the ball. Now you got to sit down here, and NDSU needs a big stop on this possession.
Yeah, I believe that was a third personal for Skunberg's 15th foul of this second half. Here's USD back on the right side. Plitzuweit. Pass goes over to Bruns. Top of the 3. Down to Hayes. Hayes back over to Burchill. Driving in, left side. Loses the handle. Here comes Skunberg. It's Bowden from right to left. He'll find Tajavis Miller. Right wing 3, right hand. Bam! To Travis Miller from downtown on a Todd Kettermas. A Beyond Realty 3. The Bison have regained the lead, 51-50 with 9:34 to go. Here's USD back on the right side. Plitzuweit, he'll take a jumper, left elbow, no good. Rebound Miller. Here come the mighty Bison. It's Miller as he'll bring it up over to Damari Wheeler-Thomas, floating it down low to Morgs on the right baseline. Morgs, double team, turnaround jumper, and one. Andrew Morgan saying, give me some more, son. It's 53-50 after Morgan fighting his way, battling inside. And here come the Bison on a 7-0 run over the last minute, making 3 of their last 3.
Andrew Morgan, again, great read there. USD is throwing a few different double-team looks at the Bison in the second half. Andrew Morgan kind of gets it in a secondary fast break position, realizes that the double is going to be super soft. It's coming really late. He spins through it, goes up through the contact from both guys, and gets that N1 to go. Andrew
Morgan with 9 points. He is 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, 4 of 7 from the field, 22 minutes of action for Morgs, and he'll have a and-1 opportunity trying to complete the trifecta here on the left side. Skunberg, Nelson down in the keys. He'll bend his knees, does Morgs, right-handed free throw off the back of the iron, won't fall, rebound. Camateros. Here comes USD. To the front court, Plitzuweit, guarded by Jakari White over the left wing to Bruns. Guarded by Miller, holding the ball over his head to Camateros. Camateros back up top, here's a 3, Burchill on the way, buried it. And Burchill starting to find some rhythm now as he has made his second 3 and his 6th point of the night. And we are tied back at 53 all with 8:50 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Morgs up top to Tajavis Miller. Launches a 3 off the back of the iron. Won't fall. Rebound. Plitzuweit. Oh, they're going to call a foul here, I believe, against USD. Wait a minute. No, it's going to go. Oh, man, that's tough. It's against the Bison. Trying to see who that foul went on that was in the direction down there. It goes on Grant Nelson, and Nelson couldn't believe it. That is his second personal for Nelson. and the 16th foul of the second half. USD back with it all tied, 53 apiece, 8:30 to go. Camateros on Nelson, left baseline, trying to work inside. Couple of dribbles, floats it over his back off that right side of the glass, and the shot drops, and USD has regained the advantage by 2. Bison trail 55-53, 8:16 to go. NDSU has it on the left side. Skunberg, bounce pass from the left hand to Grant Nelson on the left wing, trying to take matters in his own hands. He will on a 3, it won't fall. Rebound, Morgs battling his way. And a foul down there on the court after Morgs was hauling in the rebound. The foul called against USD, and that should be a free throw coming up here for Andrew Morgan, as it is the 9th team foul already for South Dakota. They called that foul on Bruns. That is his first personal. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Bison Basketball from Learfield.
KPFX and HD1, Kindred, Fargo, Moorhead.
And KDLB HD3, Frazee, Detroit Lakes. Powered by Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo.
107.9 The Fox.
Critical free throw on the front end by Morgs is good. He'll have one more. Bison trail by 1, 55-54, 8:04 to go. Andrew Morgan will take a deep breath, a bend to the knees, one dribble, right-handed flick of the wrist. This shot won't fall. Rebound, Camateros. Camateros will float it over into the hands of Perot Hunt. Perot Hunt still in the backcourt, guarded by Jakari White. He'll scathe his way into the front court from left to right. To the right wing, hands this one off. And over to Paul Bruns. Now back over right wing, Perot Hunt. Back up top to Burchill, who's hit a couple of threes. Got to watch him. Right wing, Perot Hunt, down to 8 on the shot clock. On the right baseline, driving in, over his back, and he's fouled as he tried to put it in off the left side of the glass. Morgs is holding his hand up. We'll see who that foul is called on before we take this break. It is on Andrew Morgan, so he will pick up his 3rd personal and the 7th foul by the Bison. It's 55-54, USD with the advantage, 7:38 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. We'll step aside and take a break. It's NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
Dude, where's your car?
It's right there, under that giant pile of snow and ice.
There's a car under there?
It's been a long winter already, but at Tommy's Express Car Wash, we can clear away the salt, slush, and sand and leave your vehicle looking like new. Tommy's state-of-the-art dryers will quickly dry your vehicle, while our new ceramic wax will protect your paint all winter long. Stop by any Fargo or Moorhead location today. First-time Tommy Club members get a month for free. Tommy's Express Car Wash. It's your time to shine. Go Bison!
So most companies claim they have good people, good product, good customer service, but the question is how often. We go the extra mile to take care of our dealers and our growers, and more importantly, their families and their customers.
ProSeed tries to bring a family-like experience. Farmers, we want to understand what their challenges are. We also want to bring products to them that help them overcome those challenges so that they can be as successful as possible.
Need seed? Think ProSeed. ProSeed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now let's go back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
Every American farmer works hard. It's a given at a Golden Harvest Seed Company. They believe that seed performance should be a given too. They are rooted in genetics, ergonomy, and service to help you deliver a better performance in each of your fields. Your success, well, it's their success. So put them to work for you. Visit goldenharvestseeds.com or contact your local Golden Harvest Seed Advisor to get started. Back in action here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center in this Summit League tournament. It's the quarterfinal round, and NDSU men's basketball trailing South Dakota by 1, 55-54 as we get back after it. And free throws coming up here on the right side for USD to stretch this lead out a little bit more.
Yeah, NDSU, Rob, they're doing a pretty good job flying around here on defense. Now they just got to find a way to close out a couple of these possessions. Keep playing defense without fouling, and that's what's going to help them get more stops.
Perot Hunt, first free throw on the way as it rattles its way home, drops through the net. One more coming up. It's a 2-point advantage for the Coyotes, 56-54, 7:38 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Bison have cooled off 41%, 20 of 49 from the field. The USD second free throw is good by Perot Hunt, as the Yotes have made 5 of their last 6, shooting 48% from the field, but 65% here in this second half, 13 of 20. Bison not terrible, 7 of 15. They are 5 of 17 from downtown. NDSU back with it here, trailing by 3, 57-54, 7:20 to go. On this left side, Jakari White on the right wing, working near the baseline, trying to shake through a defender down here. Nice moves, puts it up off the right side, won't fall, and free throws coming up for Jakari White as he was fouled by Max Burchill. Boy, Burchill picking up his 4th personal, and that is the 10th team foul, so the Bison will shoot 2 the rest of the way regardless.
Yeah, and I think USD is going to leave Burchill in here because they don't really know who they're going to put in. I think Damani Hayes has struggled against NDSU today, and they're going to keep this lineup in, and hopefully he can play without his 5th. Now they'll sub him out, but they just sub Paul Bruns out because they want to get him off the defensive end. So NDSU's got to find a way to attack some mismatches that are going to be created by foul trouble here.
Paul Bruns is in for Burchill. First free throw for Jakari good. Second free throw good as well for the sophomore guard out of Orlando, Florida. A 66% free throw shooter. Makes 2 critical ones there for the Bison. NDSU trails by 1. USD has the advantage, 57-56, 7:19 to go. And the Bison showing a little bit of press as they'll move out of it, bringing it into the front court from left to right. Archambault guarded by Tajavis Miller near the half-court stripe. Pass over left wing, Perot Hunt. Back into the hands of Bruns. Bruns now left wing, Archambault. He'll go down to Comateros on the left baseline. Battling on Nelson, using his left elbow to try to create separation. Floats it up. Shot's not there from the right hand off the front of the rim. Rebound Bison. Here comes the Thundering Herd. DWT into the front court. Top of the 3, right-handed pass, Jakari White. Trying to feed it down low to Skunberg. Gets it turned over, but Skunberg is there to haul it back. Bison holding on to it. Bowden up top to DWT. Shot clock, they've got to mind that. It's down to 10 here on the left wing to Tajavis Miller. Darts this one down, threading the needle to Skunberg. Battling one-on-one off the left side. Shot's not there. Rebound off the front of the rim, Archambault. Tough break there for the Bison.
Yeah, but I like this lineup that NDSU has in here, Rob. Grant Nelson small at the 5. He's got shooters all around him. They got to find ways to score the ball quick here.
And back the other way to Tajavis Miller. A little ricochet action as it goes off the foot of Archambault on a turnover. It will go right back to the Bison. Tassos Comateros heads over to the bench. Checking back in here, A.J. Plitzowite is in the game alongside Perot Hunt. Damani Haynes back in as well. And here are the Bison on this left side. Skunberg to Jakari White. Hands it off top of the key. Floats it over to Nelson just inside the top of the key. Wanting to work inside the paint. He'll float this one off the right baseline. Shot's not there. Rebound Perot Hunt. 57-56, 6:05 to go in the first half on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. USD with the advantage. Perot Hunt on the baseline. Gets it knocked away by Nelson. He has it. Nelson will find Tajavis Miller on the right side from right to left. Here comes Javis, and a blocking foul is called here as Tajavis Miller was driving his way inside. The foul called on Mason Archambault. That is his 2nd personal. The Bison already in the double bonus. 2 free throws coming up here on the left side. Earlier we saw those. Kind of was called the other way. So now the Bison getting the benefit of the doubt here, and Tajavis Miller at the free throw line.
And I do think that one was the right call there, Rob. He made a move. It's contact going sideways, and he gets the outside of the defender's shoulder. He's not in legal guarding position, and that should be a block.
Tajavis Miller, the first one falls through the bottom of the net. He has 7 points on his first free throw of the night, and 1 more coming up for Tajavis Miller on the left side. Bowden Skunberg alongside Grant Nelson down in the keys opposite of each other. And 1 more free throw here again for the freshman guard out of Lubbock, Texas. This one off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound Archambault off the front of the rim. We are tied though back at 57 apiece, 5:48 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Pass goes down to Bruns, guarded by Skunberg just outside the free throw line. Left-hand pass, Plitzowite to the left wing. Working off a high screen, Hayes takes a jumper. DWT was in his face, and a late whistle and a foul here on Damari Wheeler-Thomas on that jump shot. So DWT will pick up his 3rd personal. The Bison now their 8th team foul. That was in the act of shooting. And so now 2 free throws on this right side coming up for the Coyotes.
Yeah, good aggressive defense, Rob, but just too close to your offensive player at the end there. He's got to finish out that possession without fouling. That would have been a really tough shot attempt.
First free throw by Plitzowite is good. The senior out of Vermilion, South Dakota, makes the first one. 12 points a game is what he averages, and an 87% free throw shooter. That is 3rd best on the team. 1 more coming up here for Plitzowite as Jakari White will head back over to the bench. Bowden Skunberg is out there. Andrew Morgan, Tajavis Miller, Grant Nelson. 2nd free throw good as well for Plitzowite. Back to a 2-point advantage for South Dakota, 59-57, 5:36 to go. The Bison have not made a shot from the field in the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds. They are 0 of their last 4 during that time frame. And here come the Bison. A little bit of pressure in the backcourt as they send to NDSU. Will bring it into the front court. Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Pass over to Tajavis Miller on the right wing. Miller back up top. Bowden Scumberg to the left wing. Finds DWT. Now over to Grant Nelson. Left baseline. Arm wrestles his way up. The shot won't fall, but he's fouled. And 2 free throws coming up here for Grant Nelson.
Again, good quick move baseline. That's where the double's coming from. Grant Nelson sweeps quick, goes up and finishes before the double can get there. Draws the foul.
Monty Hayes with the foul. That's his 3rd personal for the senior out of Mankato, Minnesota. Here is Grant Nelson looking for his 19th point on this free throw. He will get it. And 1 more for Nelson. He's already has a double-double with 19 points and 10 boards, 4 assists for the Unicorn. Here's 1 more for Nelson. Takes a couple of dribbles, a bend to the knees. The right-handed free throw rolls in and good. Grant Nelson is now 8 of 9 from the charity stripe. He has 20 points. One of 3 Bison in double figures here tonight. We're tied back 59 apiece, 5:10 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. From left to right, Plitzuweit has it, falls to the deck. But picking it up and down to Hayes on the left baseline, off the left side of the glass, and the shot is good. 61-59, under 5 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Bison trail by 2. USD fans getting on their feet here. As Grant Nelson has it on the baseline, wrestling his way off the left side. Shot won't fall. Rebound Plitzuweit. And now A.J. Plitzuweit will just walk his way into the front court, running some clock. 61-59, 4:30 to go. Plitzuweit from the left baseline, falls to the deck. Blocking foul to Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Oh, no. And that is the 4th personal now on DWT and the 9th team foul by NDSU. Tough break there as USD will shoot free throws here on this right side. A.J. Plitzuweit steps up to the line.
NDSU playing with a little bit too much emotion, I think, right now, Rob. They got to find a way to step back. I mean, it's still a 2-point game with a guy going to the line here. Tons of time left in this game. They can still run their offense and get the looks they want to get. They don't have to try to do anything crazy right now.
On the front end, shot is good by Plitzuweit. His 12th point. He is 3 of 3 now from the free throw line in 27 minutes. And he'll have 1 more coming up when we come back. Timeout on the floor as USD leading the Bison 62-59 with 4:31 to go. We'll be back in a moment. This is North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
When twin brothers are dentists, it's no wonder they're known as the Smile Guys. Dr. Nate Nygaard at Crossroads Dental in West Fargo and Dr. Ryan Nygaard at Smile Care in Fargo are the Smile Guys. They use cutting-edge technology and continual training to serve you with excellence and compassion. Call 701-809-9888. Vote for the Smile Guys. Dare to look greater, be greater, and smile more.
Why have over 450 North Dakota landowners already decided to voluntarily sign on with Summit Carbon Solutions? They get the facts. Summit Carbon Solutions pipeline will dramatically reduce the carbon footprint of ethanol production, enhancing the long-term viability of North Dakota's agriculture and ethanol industries. And it's clear that carbon capture is the future of North Dakota's agriculture and energy industries. To learn more, visit summitcarbonsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now let's go back to the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
Olaf Anderson General Contractors, the region's premier design builder. If you want your building project done right the first time, call Olaf Anderson at 701-237-3605 or visit them online at olafanderson.com. That's O-L-A-F Anderson.com. Hey, Bison fans, no matter what the weather is doing outside, the team at Bryant Heating and Cooling will do whatever it takes to keep you cozy and comfortable inside. Find your local Bryant dealer online at Bryant.com. Also, basketball and banking have a lot more in common than you might think, like experience, coaching, and trust. For your friends and neighbors, people you can count on. It's First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us. Back at it here, 62-59 as the Bison trailing the Yokes with 4:31 to go in this men's edition of the quarterfinals of the Summit League tournament. And at the line here, A.J. Plitzewhite made the first one on the front end of that media timeout. He'll try to make the second one here from the right hand, and he does. It's back to a 4-point deficit now for NDSU. 63-59, 4:30 to go. Bison have not made a shot from the field in the last 5 minutes. They are 0 of 5. Got it back here as Bowden Skunberg inside the paint. Tries to float one up, and this one won't fall. And a foul called here in the act of shooting. We'll see if it's on Tassos Camateros. It is not. It will go on Mason Archambault. So that is his third personal. Bowden Skunberg at the line here. Very critical free throws on this left side. First one on the way, good, as it bounced off the back and dropped in. Skunberg with 14, now 15 points. And 3 of 6 from the charity stripe here tonight. I'm going to take that back. That was his first free throw. There's his second one. Skunberg with 16 points, so he made both of those free throws. Here comes USD back from left to right. Into the hands of Plitzewhite, guarded by Jakari White, works off the high screen. Bounces pass back, top of the three, driving in Archambault. He'll float this one, no good. Offensive rebound back to the Yokes. Here's a three, Plitzewhite, way off the mark on the left side. Rebound, Grant Nelson. 63-61, Bison trail by 2 with 3:52 remaining. On the Coach's Choice scoreboard to Jakari White on the right wing. He'll find Nelson, right baseline, losing the handle, but a reach-in foul called. Damani Hayes was down there. The foul will go on him, and 2 more free throws coming up for the Bison. Hayes picking up his 4th personal foul, and that will take us to our final media timeout. Again, 63-61. The Bison with an opportunity to tie it when we come back with 3:44 to go. This is NDSU basketball, the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
Hey, Bison fans, the wait is over. The NDSU men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level with Shields Fan Shop. We have an unmatched lineup of fan gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Bison fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of Bison basketball and hoops fans everywhere.
With Gate City Bank, you'll always have hundreds of reasons to celebrate. Enjoy free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Easy mobile banking. Free rewards just for using your debit card. Paydays up to 2 days early. And fast, friendly service right around the corner. Stop in or celebrate with us all year long at gatecity.bank/100. Here's to 100 years of better banking. Gate City Bank. For a better way of life since 1923. Member FDIC.
Scoreboard Central.
Only one other game going on around the country in Division I basketball. Montana State dominating in the Big Sky second round, 53-31 over Northern Colorado. An exciting finish also in the Big Sky earlier today. Northern Arizona with a buzzer beater 3 to take the win over the Eastern Washington Eagles, 81-80. Let's go back down to Sioux Falls with Rob Hipp and Dexter Werner.
Thank you, Micah. It's the final 4 minutes presented by PetroServe USA, your locally owned official convenience store of Bison Athletics. Makes everyone a winner with their 4-for-4 Hot Stuff Pizza Special. Car Wash Tuesday at $1,000 cash giveaway. Stop in each week and register to win one of 2 $500 gift cards. PetroServe USA, helping America fuel better. Back at it here, NDSU men's basketball trailing USD 63-61, 3:44 to go. On the Coach's Choice scoreboard, Grant Nelson here on the left side. The first free throw on the way. No, it bounced off the back, the front, and dropped out. And he'll have one more opportunity here on this left side. Paul Coleman joining us from Avon, South Dakota. Appreciate you, Paul, listening on the app. Here's the second free throw. This one's good. Also, Uncle Roy joining us. Like to let us know you're out there. We'd love to hear from you. 701-476-1660 on the Bison fan text line. Now a little bump, tic-tac foul. Pull out the breath mints here as Jakari White charged with the foul. That's his third personal, 10th team foul. 2 free throws coming up here on the right side for USD. It is A.J. Plitzewhite.
Again, Rob, still over 3 minutes left in this game here. NDSU is only down 1. USD's going to go to the line. You're going to have a chance to come down and tie this game or at least put it back to 1. Got to remind you, everybody's okay.
Yep.
You can't get too out of control here. Try to do something crazy. Keep doing what you're doing.
First free throw good, Plitzu White. Second one good as well. It is a 3-point deficit for NDSU. Plenty of time, 65-62, 3:37 remaining on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. And here comes Tajavis Miller. The USD, everyone on their bench is standing up. Here's Jakari White on that right side on the right wing. Back over to Miller on the left wing. Miller, high screen set by Nelson. Nelson now backing down actually, and a reach-in foul called here against Cruz Perot Hunt. So he was reaching in on Grant Nelson. More free throws coming up. Both teams are in the bonus. That is the third personal by Perot Hunt. And Grant Nelson trying to tack on more here. 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Huge free throws here on this left side for Nelson. Takes a couple of dribbles up into the knees. Right hand free throw, yes. One more coming up for Grant. Joshua Strite checking in now for Andrew Morgan. So Joshua Strite, Scunberg down in the keys. Nelson to shoot the next free throw. Jakari White to Tajavis Miller, eagerly awaiting. Here's the next free throw on the way. Good for Grant Nelson. He's got 23 points. The Bison trail by just 1. 65-64, 3:19 to go. On the Coach's Choice scoreboard as Plitzu White will bring it into the front court. He'll find Camateros. Back we go, left wing, Archambault. Little kickball action there by Tajavis Miller. Boy, he popped that one about 20 feet in the air and caught his own.
I was going to say, that might be about the highest kickball I've ever seen in a basketball game, Rob.
It's a 2-level stadium here, or gymnasium, if you will, arena, however you want to call it here. And the lower bowl completely filled up with red and blue and some green sprinkled in. Back in action. Plitzu White has it for USD over his right shoulder to Hayes. To the right wing, down to 9 on the shot clock. Archambault trying to work inside. Good defense down here. Ball poked away with 3 on the shot clock. Grant Nelson got a hand on it. They were trying to look it down to Hayes. And timeout is called here by South Dakota. We will keep it right here, though. Again, as the Bison trailing 65-64, 2:52 to go. The Bison, here in this down the stretch, have not scored from the field in the last 6 minutes and 24 seconds. 0 of their last 5.
Yeah, 0 for 5, but they're doing a good job knocking down most of their free throws, Rob, which is what's helping them basically keep this still a 1-point game. They're getting good takes down here. They're drawing fouls in the double bonus, so I like the way they're staying aggressive on offense. Even though they haven't actually made a shot, they're still scoring the ball well from the free throw line when they draw fouls.
They are 19 of 26, 73% from the free throw line. They are getting there often here in this matchup. USD has not missed from the charity stripe tonight. They are a perfect 12 of 12. And also the Yotes only shooting 25% from 3. But here's a critical possession, down to 2, down to 1. Plitzu White 3, right wing, no. Rebound though, Hayes, and no reset. Perot Hunt has it. Back over to Plitzu White, who missed that 3 just moments ago. Has it at the top of the 3. USD leads by 1, 65-64, 2:38 to go. Plitzu White, left baseline. Boy, there were 2 Bison down there. Thought one of them was going to get a hand on it. Instead, the shot just falls in. It doesn't get any closer than that to coming to a block. The Bison now trailing by 3. Still a lot of time, though, with 2:23 to go. Tajavis Miller on the left wing. Shakes a defender. Launches a 3. Good! Oh, mama, what a shot by Tajavis Miller as he ties it on a Todd Cattermas of Beyond Realty 3. It's 67 all, 2:09 to go. USD back on the right side. Perot Hunt inside the paint to the right wing. Camateros takes a 3. No, it was halfway down and out, but Hayes with the offensive rebound. Back over to Plitzu White. Jakari White guarding him way out there on the left wing. Plitzu White will backpedal near the half-court line. High screen set by Hayes. Plitzu White trying to work through it. Back over to Hayes. Down to 7. Plitzu White on the left wing. Takes a 3. On its way. No. Rebound to Tajavis Miller. And the Bison can regain the lead here. It was almost 7 minutes since they hit something from the floor. It was captured there by Tajavis Miller just moments ago. Here's Grant Nelson to Jakari White, back up top to Tajavis Miller, left wing, Bowden Scunberg from the left elbow. Trying to back down a defender. Turnaround jumper from the right hand. No, it's an air ball. Camateros with the rebound. Bowden's shown a little bit of pressure here in the backcourt. Over to Plitzu White on that left side from left to right. And USD will wisely call a timeout. 1:14 to go on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. We are tied 67 apiece. And I know if you're an NDSU Bison fan, you know these guys have an opportunity. They battled through it with Western. They were up by 16 in that game to close out the regular season and capped it off with a Bowden Scunberg buzzer beater. You hate for it to be this close if you're a fan of the Bison, but if you're a fan of college basketball, you love it when it's 67-all with 1:14 to go.
Yeah, I mean, just a heck of a game atmosphere-wise here. Big-time March type of game here, but NDSU got to find ways to execute. I wouldn't have even minded maybe seeing them burn a time out there when that offensive possession there looked a little bit dead. I know you want to save them for the end here with this tight of a game. Every single possession counts here from this moment on out, Rob. Get stops, make your free throws, go score the ball. That's what you got to do.
Carla Jean Harlow joining in on 1660. Appreciate you. She texted us on the Bison fan text line at 701-476-1660. Back in action, here we are, though. USD has it, 67 apiece. We're tied. AJ Plitzuweit on the right wing. We'll hand this ball over to Archambault. He'll find Perot Hunt. Battling down onto Tajavis Miller. Puts up a shot. He's fouled. Luckily, that one doesn't fall in. It bounced off the left side of the rim harmlessly, but the foul is on to Tajavis Miller. That is his first personal, and 2 free throws coming up here to break the tie for USD. Is Perot Hunt here on the right side. Perot Hunt so far with 15 points. He is a perfect 4 of 4. His team 12 of 12 from the charity stripe. He'll try to keep that perfect. Here on the right side, up into the knees, the right-handed free throw on the way. No! That's why I said it. You remember earlier this season I said keep it perfect, and we missed. Maybe it is a thing.
I like it better when you do it with the other team, Rob.
I will always do it.
That's my own personal take, but we'll take it.
One more Perot Hunt on the way. Missed the first one, second one makes. That will break the tie. Bison trail by 1, 68-67, 54 seconds remaining in the season for one of these teams. Over the left wing, Bowden Scunberg. The left baseline. Slings it over Jakari White. He'll find Tajavis Miller back to the right wing. Miller with Morgs on the screen. Miller back up top, Jakari White. White driving in, behind the back dribble. Looking for penetration. Floats up a shot. It's not there. Falls to his back. And here comes Perot Hunt. There is about a 3-second differential. And the USD turns it over. Oh my goodness, Perot Hunt was trying to go to Comateros, and a costly turnover will give it back to the Bison. And NDSU can take the last shot of this game with 26.2 remaining for a game winner and a chance to advance to the semifinals. Wow, a costly turnover by the Yotes.
Yeah, I mean, NDSU is going to foul there, Rob, and as they're running up to foul, USD just throws one deep and it bounces off Comatero's hands out of bounds, so that's why it's March, right?
I lost my voice there for a moment trying to call that turnover, but yeah, a very costly turnover by Perot Hunt. He was looking down to Comateros on that right side. And here we go. This is what it's all about. 68-67. USD by 1, and an opportunity here for the Bison to bury this game at the buzzer. They did it versus Western Illinois in dramatic fashion, and they'll try to do it again here. I don't think USD would do any type of intentional foul in this situation at all. They are just going to let North Dakota State, well, they're not going to let them, but they're going to try to, of course, steal this ball. Several scenarios that you look at here, I think, for NDSU. Again, it's kind of deja vu going back to Western. First thing is you got to get the ball in. Second thing, don't turn it over. Third, hit the shot, win the game.
Yeah, and I think it's got to be something aggressive getting downhill, Rob, because either you're drawing the foul on a shot attempt, you're shooting 2. NDSU's using the double bonus. Even if they foul quick, you're shooting 2 free throws. But you got to get that ball around the rim, give some guys a chance to go get a piece of it, go rebound, see what you can do.
Tajavis Miller, Damari Wheeler-Thomas, plenty of time, 20 seconds remaining. DWT on the right elbow. He'll go to Tajavis Miller, top of the 3, trying to drive in the paint, floats it up, shot's good for Tajavis Miller. 15.1 to go, and the Bison have regained the lead, 69-68. And now it will be up to the defense of the Bison. And I like that. Get down there early. You don't have to wait for the buzzer. Just put it in, get the shot. The Bison have done it, and they've got that 1-point advantage. Again, 69-68, 15.1 remaining on the Coach's Choice scoreboard. Tajavis Miller had a nice lane driving in, and an easy bake oven shot there for Miller.
Yeah, and really a good read by Miller, because that set play is designed for that reversal to come back to this left wing here, Rob. And you're looking for Grant Nelson getting a tight seal down low, which he was going for. USD knows that they're running that to try and get Nelson to seal. Everybody was kind of almost shifted over there towards Grant Nelson getting a catch. Tajavis Miller rips middle and kind of catches the entire USD defense out of position and goes and gets a wide open layup point blank at the rim. Big time play by the young guy right there.
They'll bring Joshua Strite back in alongside Damari Wheeler-Thomas, Grant Nelson, Bowden Skunberg, Tajavis Miller. For the Yotes, Hayes, Perot, Hunt, Plitzuweit, Archambault, and Kamateros. Here comes USD from left to right. It is Plitzuweit on the left wing. Handoff, Perot, Hunt down to 7. Inside, Hayes gets blocked. Oh, he gets blocked. And the Bison have it with 4.6 to go. Bowden Skunberg comes down with it. I think Nelson got in on the block. A huge play, and Grant Nelson is throwing his hands in the air. Oh, baby, what a play! It may have been actually Tajavis Miller was down there.
It was. Javis gets the layup down here. Big time block down there on the other end.
Yeah, it was Tajavis Miller. Nelson was in the area, but Tajavis Miller credited with a critical dunk. Perhaps
block.
The most, or block, yeah, on the dunk attempt.
Rob's a little excited.
Yeah, I got a little excited, yeah. So Tajavis Miller on the dunk attempt by Plitzuweit. And that may be the most critical defensive play of the season by Tajavis Miller. The Bison leading 69-68, 4.6 to go. Plitzuweit with a foul, and NDSU will shoot free throws here on the left side. And this one coming down to the wire. The officials over there are taking a look. So Plitzuweit is credited with the foul. That is his second personal. Bison with a 1-point advantage, and Bowden Skunberg at the line on the left side. And it is all boos here from the red and blue. With the green trying to drown him out. Here's the first free throw off the front end. No good for Skunberg. He'll have one more. Bowden Skunberg with the free throw here. USD still has a timeout, and they will take it. He does make the second one. 70-68 with 4.6 to go. South Dakota, though, will have to go the distance here from left to right as Hayes set to inbound. He will inbound, finds it, Perot Hunt over into the hands of Plitzuweit. He'll launch it at the buzzer, on the way, no good. Bison advance, Bison win. They go on to the quarterfinals to face South Dakota State. Oh man, what a game. The Bison hold on and advance on. My goodness, some dramatics there. This is what it's all about this time of the year.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a big-time conclusion there, Rob. Tajavis Miller, again, got to give the young guy credit, hero of the day. Makes a big-time bucket to go down and get the go-ahead game winner pretty much. Comes down here. Damani Hayes was wide open on that drop-down pass on that last possession there for USD. Tajavis Miller came flying over. Huge block. I mean, you could always argue about foul calls. I think you could have argued about that both ways today. I think there was plenty that didn't go NDSU's way. NDSU got lucky not drawing a foul on that last possession.
The Bison take care of business here. It was tough in that second half, but what matters at the end is the score. They find a way to hold on. 70-68. They will advance to battle South Dakota State tomorrow night. That game at 8:30. We've still got postgame coming up, though. Again, your final 70-68. This is NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
Bison Nation, this is head men's basketball coach David Richmond. As in life, preparation is key to success on the basketball court. I come prepared to coach by looking and feeling my best with clothing from Halberstad's West Acres. As the official men's clothiers of NDSU Athletics, they have a massive selection of formal wear, casual clothing, footwear, and a brand new assortment of Bison gear. I choose Halberstad's West Acres for my head-to-toe menswear because they have the clothing I need to feel confident on and off the court. Shop Halberstad's West Acres and join the Halberstad West Acres crew in cheering on the Bison. Horns up.
When it comes to cereal disease protection, Prosaro Pro 400 SC fungicide from Bayer makes all the difference. With 3 effective active ingredients for overlapping control of foliar and head diseases and a flexible application window for head scab, it's formulated to lower DON, protect yield potential, and promote superior grain quality. Prosaro Pro. The future of plant health starts here. Visit prosaropro.com to learn more. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
Hi, I'm Carson Wentz. The Bison are a great team, and so is First Western Bank and Trust.
Thanks, Carson. At First Western Bank and Trust, it takes teamwork, training, and preparation every day to best serve our community. With all the services First Western provides, including trust, all lines of insurance, leasing, traditional banking products, and much more, it's a slam dunk. And with the My First Western app, you can bank while you travel. Just no traveling on the court.
First Western Bank and Trust and the Bison. You can bank on us.
Orthopedic pain shouldn't disrupt every part of your life. You sit out when others head out. You find yourself saying, "Not today," when you really wish you could. If you've been avoiding the activities you used to love, make a change. The expert team at Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine can guide you through a full scope of orthopedic care. We have surgical and non-surgical treatment options that manage your pain to get you back in action, because life is better with the freedom to move. Learn more at sanfordhealth.org.
You've been listening to Bison Basketball, brought to you by Pioneer Seeds, an American-based seed brand since 1926. By First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us. And by Bud Light, it's for the fans. The breakdown, the highlights, the reaction. It's time now for the Rick Electric postgame show on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. For more reaction on today's game, let's go back courtside and the voice of the Bison, Rob Hipp.
Welcome back at it. Your final tonight is NDSU men's basketball taking care of business over South Dakota 70-68. Welcome into the Rick Electric postgame show. When you need electrical work, you need Rick Electric. For nearly 60 years, Rick Electric has been helping homes in this area with lighting, generators, power upgrades, and energy-efficient systems for your home. If it's a new project or repair, you need Rick Electric. Visit them online at rickelectric.com. Well, at the end of the day, what matters is that score. The Bison escaping a USD rally where they come on and dominated that second half. But the Bison, when it mattered most, made some critical shots. Credit to Tajavis Miller, the biggest defensive play of his career, blocking a dunk attempt there down on that right side. But the Bison hold on despite going almost 7 minutes without making a shot from the field. They take care of business here in this one. They will move on and live to play another day in the semifinals.
Yeah, and I mean, just talk about how quickly that script flipped there, Rob. I mean, NDSU's down 1, and they're thinking, crap, we got to go foul. Grant Nelson's running up to foul. USD throws it out of bounds right here on this sideline in front of us, and then NDSU's coming back. They go get a game-winning bucket out of Tajavis Miller, come down, Tajavis Miller gets a block. I mean, that script completely flipped in about 5 seconds of gameplay there.
It was on a night where Grant Nelson, on an and-one opportunity with his 1,000th career point in his 3rd season, and Grant Nelson leading all scorers with 23 points here tonight. Had another double-double. There was a stretch where he had 7 in a row. That came to an end versus Western Illinois, but gets back on that train tonight. The leader for this team battled through adversity in this ball game as well, but found a way to lead his team on. And really, I think you go back, and it's a team effort. But to Tajavis Miller, as I mentioned, boy, what a critical block down there by Tajavis. He stayed cool, calm, and collected for these Bison when it mattered the most.
Yeah, and talk about, you know, Tajavis Miller just stepping into a role at a big time when the Bison needed it. They hadn't scored in about 6 minutes, and then Tajavis hits the big 3 right here in front of us as well, Rob. I believe, I was just looking, I think Tajavis had the only made field goals for NDSU in the last 9.5 minutes of the game or something like that. But NDSU did a great job. I mean, like we said, there was a lot of time left in that game, and it basically teetered around a 1-point deficit either way. You just got to stay the course. NDSU did a good job sticking it out. and you take the win. In March, you win, survive in advance, you take it however you can get it,
Rob. I think, too, you go back and we'll talk about it here in just a minute. We will not have Coach Richmond on due to obligations here with media, but we will have the victorious assistant coach joining us now, Coach Sash. Coach, we spoke it into existence after you stepped off a while ago. We said we'll talk to you after the win, and here we are, Coach. Second half, I know not exactly the way that you wanted things to go, not scoring in over 7 minutes, but hey, don't want to take away from these guys. Once again, found a way through adversity to come out. Huge block down there by Tajavis Miller.
Yeah, big time effort. It was not pretty. It's, you know, this time of year, there's no photographs in the record book, so we'll take a ugly win any day of the week. Big time play at the end, like the guys just toughed through and found a way to make enough plays to win the game, even though it wasn't pretty.
Coach, we talked about Tajavis Miller with the only made baskets for NDSU the last 9 minutes of the game. Other than that, the guys doing a great job knocking down their free throws. I know we don't like to talk about a too much younger group like this. How much poise and stuff are we seeing from the young guys down the stretch tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I thought you saw some poise from them. You know, big-time plays, a couple big shots by him, timely threes. When they started kind of make a run, it got loud in here. And how about that block at the end? I think that might have been – did they give the block to him?
They did. I called it Nelson, and we went back and changed it the right way. So
no, I'm just giving him a hard time.
Well, we'll check the film, and we'll make sure whoever actually got a piece of it.
We got to double-check that film and make sure, because I don't know if he can get up that high.
Coach Sash, a big one coming up, and, you guys will celebrate this one very briefly. Kind of what do the logistics look like now, because you go back-to-back, and we all know a very tough game coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, we got back in the tunnel back there, and we started saying, hey, we didn't just come here to win one game. So, we'll be celebrating this until about the time we get out of the locker room. We'll go back and start game planning or get together on our game plan, fine-tune everything for South Dakota State.
All right, there he is. Any questions, Dex? One last one for Assistant Coach Sash.
Coach, just for people listening, what does a quick turnaround for you guys look? 3 games in 3 days. How do you guys flip it around to get ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, this is the best time of year. You don't get much sleep, lots of extra cups of coffee, but it'll be, some film probably tomorrow morning. There will be some sort of probably a shoot-around walkthrough, maybe even another walkthrough in the meeting room, and then we'll get ready to tee it up. South Dakota State, they kind of just do what they do, and it's not a very hard scout from hey, they run 27 different plays. Like, they run what they run, and we've played them twice already, so we'll be locked in and ready to go.
All right, there he is, Assistant Coach Josh Sash. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it, Coach.
All right, thanks.
We'll keep the things rolling here now as we will go over and talk to our Nodak Insurance Player of the Game, Tajavis Miller, where safe drivers can save up to 30% on their premium when they enroll in the new Drive for Less program from Nodak Insurance. Download the Nodak Insurance app to enroll and start saving today. Visit NodakINS.com. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers. Javis, you're going to get on to me because I'm so used to Grant Nelson blocking down there, and I called it Grant at first. I was on this left side. Glasses weren't working, but I corrected it. It was you down there. Dex helped out.
I filled you in.
Tajavis, walk us through that final kind of sequence there and how important that block was, young man, on a dunk-a-tip there by Plitzewhite.
It was really just the defensive rotations. I saw he had slipped open, wide open. He had an easy layup, so I just rotated over and jumped just to try and get the block.
Javis, just kind of take us through that last possession that you guys had coming out of the timeout to get that set play down 1. Is that a play where Coach Richmond's telling you, hey, go look to rip that down, or, what was your read on that last play?
It was really more set for DeMar to get downhill, but he had got cut off, so I rotated up. So I went downhill, didn't settle for a 3. We were only down by 1, so I got downhill to the basket.
Tajavis, a critical point. You guys had went through about 7 minutes or so of not hitting a shot from the field. How do you just stay calm in that moment, not rushing the shot, knowing that, hey, if I'm open, I'm going to take it, which you did?
It's really just about keeping a level head. You got to zone the whole crowd out. They were pretty loud tonight, but it was really just me keeping a level head and then trying to bring the guys back down, and then that helped us to be able to get buckets at the end of the game.
Again, Tajavis Miller wrapping up with 12 points in this contest, 4 of 8, 3 of 6 from that Todd Cattermas Beyond Realty 3. Got some momentum after Western, more momentum here. You guys now winners of 6 of your last 7. February is a great time. I know it's your first year experiencing this. Just what has this team and this season meant to you so far,
Tajavis? It means a lot. I feel like we've grown a lot. it feels good to be able to call these guys my family. Really close with the guys now, and I just love all of them. It feels good.
Well, Javis, I'll give you a little peace of mind. We just confirmed with the Midco guys down here. We're calling clean block.
Yes,
we're
sir.
Getting it,
yes,
we're
sir.
getting it from some neutral parties. We've heard it from other parties. We're calling it clean.
Thank you. Thank
Clean
you.
block.
Yes,
Javis, good to have you here as our Nodak Insurance Player of the Game. Who do you want to say hello to? A shout-out tonight here from Sioux Falls.
Shout out to my whole family, sisters, brothers, grandma, mom, dad, everybody out there. Love y'all. Stay safe.
All right, there he is, Tajavis Miller. Congratulations, young man. A lot
Thank
more
you.
success on the way for you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Again, Tajavis Miller, our Nodak Insurance Player of the Game. And the Bison taking care of business here in this one tonight as they take care of it. Just like the NDSU Bison, Coach's Choice Corporate and Athletic Apparel has a rich tradition and history of providing professional, high-quality products. We have been producing corporate apparel and gift items for our customers for over 20 years. Trust your brand and image to the professionals. Coach's Choice Corporate and Athletic Apparel. Find us in Fargo, Bismarck, Dickinson, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Alexandria, Minnesota, and online at www.coacheschoiceonline.com. Also, all season long, Herd and Horns is your destination for burgers, beer, and bison. Join the Herd and Horns loyalty program for great offers year-round. Visit them on 12th Avenue North across from campus today. Still more to come here on the Rick Electric postgame show. Again, the Bison victorious 70-68 will set down a showdown tomorrow night versus South Dakota State. We'll be back in a moment. This is North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
Dakota Refrigeration has been helping the Bison succeed behind the scenes, from their training room to their dining room, from milk to medicine, from ice to ice cream. Dakota Refrigeration has been serving Minnesota, Montana, and the Dakotas for over 4 decades. Locally owned and operated since 1974, Dakota Refrigeration is a full-service source for your refrigeration, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and electrical needs. Dakota Refrigeration, located in Fargo, Bismarck, and Minot.
Do you remember paying for every text message you sent? Why did we do that? Here's a better question. Why is your business still paying every time someone clicks to print or copy something? The Unlimited Freedom Plan from Liberty Business Systems gives you one monthly rate for all your printing and copying needs. It's simple, predictable, and affordable. Break free from complicated contracts with the Unlimited Freedom Plan from Liberty Business Systems.
Our game day apparel features the premium Authentic brand label, known for their great Bison apparel. Authentic brand products are also preferred by national corporate brands and should be your gear of choice too. Insist on the Authentic brand label from your supplier for your next merch project, or visit authentic-brand.com to find an authorized distributor near you. That's authentic-brand.com.
Get ready for outdoor adventures with Shields Visa, like golfing with friends, a father-son fishing trip, or a family camping adventure. Everyday activities are fun and easy to enjoy with your Shields Visa. Did you know you can receive your rewards even faster by linking your card to your Shields app? It's never been easier to redeem your points and shop your passions at Shields. Don't have a Shields Visa? Visit us in-store or online at shields.com/Visa card to apply. Shields Visa. Got it.
You're listening to the Summit League Tournament on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Now back to the court. Alongside Dexter Werner, here's Rob Hipp.
Back at it as we continue postgame here, the Rick Electric postgame show. NDSU men's basketball taking care of business versus USD. A 70-68 thriller of an end after USD goes one of their last 7. They did not score in the last 2:33. The Bison went on a drought of over 7 minutes, but came on up huge as we talked earlier to Tajavis Miller and the work that he did in this ball game, getting that big block, and then also down the other way hitting some threes. I like, too, seeing a spark there from Jakari White earlier in this ball game. Dex, overall, at the end of the day, I know I keep saying it's that circle continues, that same kind of wheel and wagon that we go on, but a win is a win, especially this time of the season, because if you don't win, you go home. I do want to say South Dakota, a great season for these young men as well, and, we wish them well as they will go home. But the Bison victorious tonight against a very tough and talented Coyote team.
Yeah, Rob, and I think my big takeaway from this game, too, is, now I've been blessed to be part of a lot of different Summer League tournaments as a player and as a color analyst alongside the media team here. And I think the big thing that you kind of keep an eye out for in these Summer League tournaments with younger teams is you'll see situations where you got a young guy stepping onto the court for the first time, and this NDSU team, a big group of young guys. And I've seen it a lot where a guy has his first Summit League experience and just kind of disappears. Maybe someone who's been a big role on the team just doesn't really have that spark. They kind of fade away from the moment, whether it's nerves or whatever it is. But to be honest, I don't think we really saw any of that from any of these young guys. I thought all of them did a really good job getting comfortable, especially coming out in that second half. I thought all these young guys that have not been to the Summit League tournament before really executed and kept their heads about them.
I think one thing, too, that we didn't even bring up, only 6 turnovers by the Bison in this ball game. They handled the ball very well. They scored 12 points off of 8 USD turnovers, a lot of that coming in the first half. But as far as the ability to control the ball tonight and also get to the free throw line, they put up 28 free throw attempts, made 20 of them. It was a good night tonight, a very physical, grinding game for these Bison. When they got to the charity stripe, you want to get a little bit better than that. They have had good, consistent games at the line. They shot 71% tonight, but again, hitting free throws when it mattered the most down the stretch.
Yeah, especially free throws on a big night where there was no shot attempts going in for a pretty long stretch there, and usually that's a recipe for disaster in a second half against a good team like USD. But that's a credit to those guys. They were being aggressive, staying downhill. They weren't settling for bad shots, and that was leading to them. When they're not making shots, at least they're drawing fouls, and they did a pretty good job in the second half knocking them down.
Bison victorious 70-68. They will advance to face South Dakota State. We'll have that right back for you here across the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network tomorrow night at 8:30. Of course, Micah Bendy will get you started at 7:30. We'll talk more about this one, though. Still some postgame to come here on the Rick Electric Postgame Show. Stay with us. It's North Dakota State University basketball from Learfield.
Before you head to the game, be sure to stop by your neighborhood Hornbachers for everything you'll need for the perfect tailgating party. You'll find delicious produce, the highest quality meats, seafood, snacks, beverages, desserts, and more to make your game day party memorable. And for your post-game, visit our deli for game day wings and fresh cut fruit and veggies in our produce department. Hornbachers, freshness and quality since 1951.
Are you looking for a championship caliber plumbing team that you can trust? Look no further than the plumbing professionals at Legacy Plumbing. With over 700 five-star Google reviews and winners of the 2022 Chamber Choice Small Business of the Year, trust our championship team. We're a proud partner of NDSU Athletics. Mention code BISON15 to receive 15% off your next plumbing project, up to $200. Follow Legacy Plumbing on Facebook. Life flows better with Legacy.
Hey, Bison fans, the wait is over. The NDSU men's and women's basketball teams are back on the court, and Shields has everything you need to cheer on your favorite players all season long. Take your game day gear to the next level with Shields Fan Shop. We have an unmatched lineup of fan gear, including jerseys, hats, hoodies, and more to help you show off your team colors. So gear up, Bison fans, and celebrate all season with Shields, a proud partner of Bison basketball and hoops fans everywhere.
Network Center Incorporated is a 100% employee-owned technology solutions provider and a proud supporter of NDSU athletics. Network Center Incorporated has served the upper Midwest for over 35 years. They specialize in cutting-edge technology tailored to your unique business goals and needs. To learn how you can make your organization more efficient and better equipped for today's competitive environment, visit netcenter.net. Go Bison!
Welcome back to the Rick Electric Postgame Show on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. Who made the big plays for the herd? This is the Nodak Insurance Company Player of the Game. Nodak has the agents with answers. Let's return to Rob Hipp.
See what you can do.
Tajavis Miller, Damari Wheeler-Thomas. Plenty of time, 20 seconds remaining. DWT on the right elbow. He'll go to Tajavis Miller, top of the three. Trying to drive in the paint. Floats it up. Shot's good for Tajavis Miller. 15.1 to go, and the Bison have regained the lead, 69-68. The freshman stepping up on the big stage here for NDSU is Tajavis Miller, newcomer on this team, taking care of business as he had those last 2 field goals in the final 9, had the block to go with it. He is our Nodak Insurance Player of the Game. We talked to him earlier as safe drivers can save up to 30% on their premium when they enroll in the new Drive for Less program from Nodak Insurance. Download the Nodak Insurance app to enroll and start saving today. Visit NodakINS.com. It's Nodak Insurance Company agents with answers. We know coming into the season, Coach Richmond talked about Javis saying possibly one of the highest recruits that he's had in his 9-year tenure here, and Javis showing up huge on the stage when it mattered the most. Again, critical plays down the stretch to lift this Bison team that was battling some adversity down there in the final moments to overcome the hump and defeat USD here tonight.
What else can you say, Rob, right? I mean, talk about a heck of a start to March here for NDSU, going right down to the wire, big plays on both ends, getting it done. Young guys stepping up. That's what you love to see in March.
Again, Bison victorious as they will move on 70-68 here tonight. We'll step aside, take a break, one more segment as we will go over our play of the game as well. Stay with us. It's NDSU basketball on the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance in the glove box has changed to a quick tap to our online app. And as new technologies make farming more efficient, our coverage ensures you're always protected. The way we live and work has changed, but our values, service, and commitment have remained the same. Nodak is constantly evolving to meet your insurance needs and deliver answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
The Bison know a successful season demands a powerhouse team with a can-do attitude. So does Case IH. We're committed to developing the most powerful, productive, and reliable equipment. From tillage, planting, and harvesting to hay and forage, Case IH equipment makes every shot count and wins. Check out a leading lineup by visiting your local Case IH dealer or go to caseih.com/bison. Go Bison!
When NDSU Athletics needs to move the Bison around campus, they trust the team at Versatile Vehicles. With a new location in West Fargo, Versatile Vehicles has your new and used Easy Go golf car and Cushman utility vehicle needs covered. We guarantee premium golf cars, unmatched service, and the best experience in the industry. Visit us online at versatilevehicles.com or call us at 701-282-5965. Versatile Vehicles. Exceptional golf cars, unmatched service.
Who made their big play in today's game? It's time for the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation Play of the Game.
Here comes USD from left to right. It is Plitzuweit on the left wing. Hand on Perot Hunt down to 7. Inside, Hayes gets blocked. Oh, he gets blocked. And the Bison have it with 4.6 to go. Bowden Skunberg comes down with it. I think Nelson got in on the block. A huge play, and Grant Nelson is throwing his hands in the air. Oh, baby, what a play! Well, we now know after the fact Nelson may have been the celebrator there, getting a little bit with the crowd, but it was Tajavis Miller coming up. That is your North Dakota Petroleum Foundation play of the game. North Dakota oil and natural gas industry provides over 50,000 jobs to North Dakota. You can learn more at ndpetroleumfoundation.org. You know, you go down 26 seconds remaining, too, and it was that costly turnover by South Dakota and Cruz Perot Hunt there. They had an opportunity to go down. They turned the ball over on a bad pass. And the Bison, though, you got to capitalize in those situations. They do just that, and they come out with a 70-68 victory today.
Yeah, just kind of like we talked about, Rob. I mean, definitely not how you drew it up. NDSU stepping up to foul. USD makes a turnover that puts you right back in it and gives you a chance to go get the lead. So you take that when you get it, and luckily with, you know, a big mistake on USD's part there, NDSU is able to turn around and capitalize on that, because that's the second part of it that, you know, won't get talked about is, yeah, they turned it over, but you still got to come down here and score, and that's exactly what NDSU did.
Final numbers as we wrap it up. The Bison shoot 22 of 56 at 39%. They were 6 of 18 from that Todd Cattermas, a Beyond Realty three-pointer at 33%. They hold South Dakota to only 22% from three-point land. Remember, coming into this game, the sixth best three-point shooting team in the nation. Tonight, they only shoot 22%. The Bison 20 of 28 from the charity stripe, only 6 turnovers that we mentioned earlier. They scored 12 points off of 8 USD turnovers. 33 rebounds, 24 on the defensive glass, 9 on the offense, 12 second chance points. The Bison get 7 off the bench, 32 down in the paint, 3 fast break points, 5 blocks, and 3 steals. 11 assists also in this ball game. And then you go and look at those numbers for USD. They shot 43% on 25 of 58 from the field. And things got started there for a while in that first half. USD starting to find a lot of rhythm, and that really kind of helped. But then the Bison coming out in the second half, they just kind of hit that roadblock.
Yeah, I really think that NDSU made good adjustments, and they did a good job executing those adjustments. Like I said, USD threw a few different looks at them on the post feeds. We talked about it before earlier in the season when they played, but USD runs like a non-traditional post double where the guy guarding the ball sits higher on the lane, and they're trying to force you to rip baseline into the double. That's kind of opposite of how most teams will double team. Usually it's coming from the middle, forcing you to stay away from the high side. So it's a non-traditional look that you don't see a whole lot. So credit to the guys for adjusting to that. I thought both Andrew Morgan and Grant Nelson did a good job ripping quick baseline, knowing that if you go to that baseline where they're forcing you, you got to go up and finish it before the double comes. And I thought they had quite a few really good reads against that double team today.
Final numbers for the Bison. Again, Grant Nelson with 23 points in 38 minutes. Second leading scorer, Bowden Skunberg, had 17 in 34. And then it was Tajavis Miller with 12, Andrew Morgan with 10. Jakari White finished up with 7, and then Damari Wheeler-Thomas had a single point on 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. You add all that up, again, the Bison victorious 70-68. They will go on to battle South Dakota State in the semifinals tomorrow at 8:30. Looking forward to that matchup, Dex.
Hey, another day together, Rob, right? That's all we can ask for.
That's right. We'll stay here in Sioux Falls. We'll live to see another day and set for a good one here. It will be loud, probably capacity crowd of 12+ here at the Sanford. Before we take a break, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Bison Basketball from Learfield.
KPFX and HD1, Kindred, Fargo, Moorhead.
And KDLB HD3, Frazee, Detroit Lakes. Powered by Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo.
107.9 The Fox.
Again, your final 70-68. NDSU men's basketball moves on after defeating South Dakota. Thanks for joining us, as always, across the Pioneer Seeds Bison Radio Network. We will be back on the air tomorrow. I'll be alongside Dexter Werner, as always. We'll bring you that action starting with Micah Bendy at 7:30 with shoot-around. We'll be on with pregame at 8 and then tip-off at 8:30 all across the network. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Looking forward to another round in the semifinals as the Bison advance, taking care of business again here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night. As always, thanking the crew, Andy Rickoff, our program director. Also back at the flagship, Micah Bendy. A special thanks to NDSU Athletic Director Matt Larson and Basketball Athletic Communications, Wes Offerman. Also a big shout-out as well to our good friends at South Dakota and John Thayer and many others helping out. And also on the South Dakota State side, had some help tonight as well. So we appreciate Tyler Merriam as well. And we'll have a fun one tomorrow as we get to call a game with him as well. Going to be a blast. But we'll see you tomorrow night as I end every broadcast reminding you tonight that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, friends. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Good night and God bless from Sioux Falls. We'll see you tomorrow. Horns up and go Bison.
Thanks for listening to the Rick Electric postgame show and North Dakota.